because they go with so many other dyes, a real good one to have in your stash.
Definitely. If you fancy getting hold of this one, just £9.99. Largest those butterflies, 2 inches square, as you can see there, 688,937 if you're wanting to add that one in. Now, we saw something similar. It wasn't the exact same one, wasn't it? It was the next one afterwards.
We've got, in this afternoon show, we've got some that are slightly different.
Okay.
These are cool. Now, I haven't had these on before.
Okay.
Really nice dyes. Now, what you've got in this one, if I just flick this round, that is a big dye.
That is.
For starters. Huge, isn't it?
Now, can I just check? On the screen there, we've got, does that say 15 inches? I don't think it's
15 by 3.
It's not 15 inches. It perhaps, I don't know. Perhaps it's 5.3.
That can't be 15 inches.
That's bigger than a scrapbook page.
Yeah, yeah, that is. That is. Even I know that it's 15 inches.
I think it's linked on the number 1. Does it say on the packaging what size it is?
I don't think it does it. Bear with, please. So, 15.3.
Is it centimetres?
6.
Oh, 6 centimetres. No, that's not 6 centimetres either, is it?
I can't see it properly. It's right.
Well, it's very tiny. We'll double check that. It's very small writing. But it's a good size.
It does say 6 centimetres.
Well, that's as it comes, isn't it? So that's cut directly onto an A5 card. So it gives you an idea. We're going to just get those figures double check for you. But it's a really good size. So that you are looking at, it's an A5 there. So normally that would be, if it's an A4 sheet.
Bear with.
Bear with. Do you know what? Let's do it the old-fashioned way and get a ruler.
Get a ruler? Shall we do that?
Let's do that.
Do you know what? I don't care how big a die is. But I suppose if you're trying
people out there that do like to know the dimensions.
Well, they do, because it might not fit through your machine, I suppose. Right, so on this one it is about 16, just over 16.5 centimetres.
So that's centimetres, isn't it? 15.3 centimetres, I think it said, isn't it? 15 before.
By. But this is the die rather than the cut size, because it is shorter, by just under 8.5 centimetres. Okay, so that's the actual size of the die. But then these edges fold in. Okay. So you could either, I've made a right mess of that. So you could either cut it down, so you can have 2 little corners if you want, like that. You could keep it together so it makes a really cute little pocket.
Oh, that's sweet. That'd be nice for an invite as well, wouldn't it?
Exactly.
Or save the date,
These are absolutely perfect for things like that. Or alternatively, and I'm going to use this for the demo actually, you could bring it in, and obviously you have to imagine this for now, but bring it in so it's a full square.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So it gives you loads of different options, does this. And because it's so big, there's a lot of options. I mean, think about it. You could actually put them together so you could make a beautiful doily design.
Nice.
You know, it's one of those dies that'll give you so many different looks.
Like that.
And it's got that beautiful sunflower. It works so well with the gorgeous sunflower. Love that die. Definitely. It is an absolutely exquisite die. And I think because it is such a big die, it's a statement piece.
Yes, definitely. 064864 if you want to get hold of that one, £12.99. Brilliant value for money. And we have got some variants on that corner theme, including the next one, which they've got 2 corners. They're not joined together, they're independent, but you could actually put them together in a similar formation.
Of course you could. And again, you could do, same thing. So you could make pockets out of it. You could do so many things. I mean, look at that. Again, these have been sent in by the team, but that is completely different. You don't look at that corner and think, oh, I'll make a beautiful pose out of it. Do you know what I mean? It just lends itself to so many things. I mean, with something like that, you could put the flowers blossoming out of that. So again, it gives you so many different looks. Of course, the dyes, so you can be inking them. You can obviously be colour tinting them with whatever you want. Or Paula nearly did what I did the other day.
She walked in front of the camera.
I nearly did it as well. I do quite like that. I just seen someone's head pop across. Anyway, you could be colour tinting them. You know, there's loads of ways that you can use them. Because they are corners, it does mean that you can be, you could just use, say, the small ones to actually use as a beautiful frame. Or if you wanted to, you could just use the large ones. I love these that the team have sent in, because that's actually been embossed with embossing powder.
Nice.
So it gives it a beautiful texture as well. And obviously with the small one, look at, isn't that nice for a little gift card? So you could put a little gift card in there.
Like that.
Absolutely perfect. So brilliant for inside the card as well. So don't just think it has to be on the front of the card. Brilliant for a little gift tag. And they've also cut it, look, funky foam again.
Nice idea.
So again, make another stamp out of it.
Brilliant idea. 053921. If you want to get hold of the romantic corner, then those are the item details for you. £11.99. Lots more to share with you, but some of the things that are already proving to be very popular is that fabulous Dahlia. This one, over 20% of the stock has gone. We're going to see these flowers in action as well. 664725, £9.99 if you wanted to get hold of yours. Don't forget, we've got the sunflower as well, so maybe add that one in too. But the paper pads are proving to be very popular as well. Approaching 20% of the stock has gone. Don't forget, you've got 24 sheets in total, 12 per pad, and you're getting both of those pads for £14.99. 793599 being the item number if you wanted to get hold of that. Of course, it's Let Leonie loose, so I think it's time that we let her loose.
Wow, thank you very much, our lovely Hayley. Now, I've got all these cut and ready because I thought I'm going to actually be quite organised. Because normally what I do on these shows is start cutting them all live and then never manage to finish anything. So look, I'm being organised. So that never happens. OK, so what we're actually doing, I've got the pieces, so get a notepad, because for the Dahlia, what you will need. So you have got, let me just show you the packaging. Where have I put my packaging? Bear with. So these are the actual dies that you're getting in your packet, and I've got my little notes in front of me. So you'll be cutting the big one 3 times. You'll cut that one 3 times, that one 3 times, that one 3 times, and that one twice. You know what? If you cut them all 3 times, it doesn't matter. You're just getting more layers. So maybe when you first get them, if that's easy to remember, cut them all 3 times, doesn't matter. The leaves, they suggest cutting the big leaf twice, the small leaf once. But again, it is up to you. Now, Susan always cuts her stalks twice. And this is just to make the stalk, when you actually stick them together, it's to make it a bit harder, to give it a little bit more oomph, for want of a better word. So what I'm going to do is show you how to shape them. Highly recommend getting the tool set. This is such a good tool set. These are good quality. You'll find all of these, the metal, they are really, really substantial. These are going to last. Obviously, the tool set, beautiful, and it's handy. You don't want to be losing these. It is a lovely tool set, all nice and padded, so it keeps them nice and protected. You're also getting your leaf shaping mat, and then you're going to get your foam sponge as well for doing your flowers. So it's a really good set. If you do want this one, £16.99. So that's what I'm going to be using. Now, first of all, I'm taking my leaf shaping mat and my leaf shaping tool, and that one, it's kind of a point to it, but it's just slightly curved at the bottom there. And that one, first of all, I'm going to take, and I've already done this actually, I'm ahead of myself, but take the actual stalk, and what you want to do, just pressing down, you're just going to put a little, you're just going to run your leaf shaping tool up the middle of the stalk as such. I'm then going to use my tweezers. The tweezers are great. So when you actually stop pressing, they just hold. Really, really nice. And they've got a gorgeous fine point on them as well. So it means I can just give it a squeeze. So can you see what I'm doing? So holding that as such, and all I'm doing is just squidging that paper, so it's allowing me to shape the paper, so where I've actually come up and created that ridge, so created the embossed line, it allows me now, I'm just holding it in place, and when I squidge it, it just emphasises that line. So I've got that little stalk, and it just gives it a bit of movement. What you then want to do is take some ink, and I'm actually going to use my Adirondack. I haven't used my Adirondack in ages. So I'm going to use a little bit of Adirondack and just pop this on the side there. So just popping a little bit of ink on, and just to shade it really. And you don't need to be, the beautiful thing about all of these, you don't need to be perfect with them, you know, because obviously, because it's all your florals. It's nice when you've got the variant of your colours. So that's your stalk. That's all you need to do with the stalk. What you'll then do is glue them two together. So you'll use one stalk that you've not bothered doing anything with. So that one I'll leave flat. This one, it's got the slight shaping too. And I'll just squidge it a bit more just with my fingers. So you've got the slight shaping. And then I'm just taking the glue and just dotting a little bit of glue on there. And then those two, that'll just sit on top of there. So that gives you... Oh, good grief, it is busy. Now, I did say these are always really busy shows. Our lovely Dahlia, we're now approaching half of the stock. So if you do want that, please check your baskets out. OK, so what we're doing next, going on to the flour. Now, I have got one that I've got ready. Yay! So don't need to. So if you're looking at that and thinking you're having a laugh, she's going to shape all them, don't panic. I'm organised. Right, so what you want to do, I'm taking my distress ink this time, me organised. When I say that, obviously something will go wrong. let's not get ahead of ourselves. So when you look at the Dahlia, the colours are more intense in the centre. So I'm going to take my central, the ones that I know are going to be in the centre. So I know this is going to be the centrepiece. So all I'm going to do with my ink, I'm going to make that nice and strong. And do you know what I am going to do? I'm going to do it on both sides, because what I've found, obviously, when you curl these up and then start to move them, you're going to see both sides. So I'm actually going to colour tint both sides of your little stalk. I've then got the middle flowers, and the middle ones I'm going to make really, really nice and intense. And again, I am actually going to do that on both sides, like that. So you've got that lovely intense colour. So take your middle ones. So on your middle ones, so with the smaller ones, I'm not going to do this on all, just to give you an idea. On the smaller ones this time, I'm going to keep most of the colour in the centre, but then as it goes out, I'm letting it fade out. With the bigger ones, what I'm actually doing, repeating that, but I'm not going to go out as much to the end of the petals. So this is going to give you a graduation of colour. Then when I come on to the really big, the second to largest, I'm just going to go around the edges of the top of the petal now. So it's just hitting the top of the petal with a little bit of that colour. So it's not going to be too intense, and you can see there that colour variant that we've got going on. And then with the biggest petals, I'm literally just going to hit the edges of the petals. So with these ones, I can pick them up and just go around to hit the edge of the petals. Okay, so that's your shading, first of all, with your lovely Dahlia. Don't worry, the lovely thing is you're creating gorgeous florals. There's so many different colours out there. So have a look at all the different colour combinations. And then, I mean, it's incredible because there's a mass of colours. Okay, next. Take your little old sponge. Your sponge, eventually you will need to replace this, because eventually you'll wear it out, but it's going to last you for a while. So to shape the Dahlia, I'm going on the sponge and I'm then getting that lovely shaping tool. Now, you've got one end that is slightly smaller loop than the other, and that's got a flatter loop. I must admit, I've mixed and matched just to decide what I like. But with the Dahlia, what you need to do with the Dahlia is, Dahlias, when you look at them, they sort of come up and they scoop up to the Dahlia. So what I'm doing is putting pressure on. So what you want to do, I'm just going to be working round. So I'm going to put pressure. I'm not starting from the tip of the actual flower. And then I'm just putting pressure, and I'm working from the right side. I'm working from the right side because I want the actual petal to scoop in, if you will. So I want the petal to be actually shaping in to the flower, and that will make sense when I look at the other ones, when we look at the other flowers. Now, the tool sets have been busy. In fact, already, did you say over 10%? Over 10% of stock has gone. Again, we have got these tool sets. I'm going to be using these all the time. They really come in. I can be a bit quicker. They will be on at 2 o'clock, but if you don't want to wait, if you want to make sure they're in your basket, please check your basket out, because they are very busy. Now, can you see, as I squidge in, the petal it reacts immediately. Have a play with different cardstock. Have a play with different types of card. I go for card rather than paper, because you'll find your card, it really reacts, and it holds as well. It holds the actual shape of the flower. This one isn't a texture. I think this is about 180 GSM. Might be a bit heavier, actually. Your texture does move lovely, but I've found it doesn't hold the shape of the flower quite as well, and that looks really pretty, doesn't it? I mean, you can see the movement there. So that's what you're going to be doing first of all with all the petals. As I say, I'm not doing them all just because of time. What you'll then do, get your tweezers and just go in. Now you could either, and I think Susan actually did this, I think what Susan did was actually, I think, just go with the leaf tool and just pop a little mark in those petals. So you can go around and do a little marking with the petals, and I must admit that does look really effective. I'm taking my tweezers, not going to the end of the petal, and just squidging, so holding the tweezers as such, and then either side of the petal, just squidging it in so the actual the petals get even more texture. Can you see? And it just lifts those petals. So you're going to go around each petal, and you're just using the point of those tweezers to your maximum effect, like so. It's a bit fiddly when you first do this, because it's getting the tweezers in to the right petal, but actually once you've got the gist of it, it's dead easy. So you do that, and that just gives it, can you see? It just lifts that petal up. So you're going to do that with each one of the petals. I didn't on the really tiny ones. By then, I had lost the will a little bit, so I didn't with the tiny ones. You've then got the little bit that goes in the centre. Now, you can just roll it up, or I must admit, this is something I've seen Susan do, and I really like it. Pop a little bit of movement in this and a bit of texture. Now, with this one, you want a firmer mat, so I'm using my rubber mat from my Gemini, so something like that. I'm then taking on that leaf shaping tool. On the other side, you've got a really tiny little ball tool, so I'm just taking that, and then on the edges, I'm just squidging the edges. And I like this because it gives it a really nice little finish. It really does cup it. It looks absolutely fabulous. So just going along and cupping the edges there, which looks really effective. And then I'm going to actually glue that. So just take a line of glue, like so, and then just bobbing that into the glue. I'm not going right to the edge, because that little end bit that's there, that little end bit I'm actually going to get hold of with my tweezers. So I don't want it really gluey, because I don't want glue all over my tweezers. And then I'm going to start to roll. Now, thank you for your emails. Wait, who was that, sorry? Burley. Now, what cardstock are we using? This is the one that actually Elsa's team prepared. So I think this is approximately 100, maybe 160, maybe 180 GSM. That's what I'd be going for. I'd be going for about 180 GSM, even a bit heavier. I was working on the textured cardstock, but I found the textured cardstock, it didn't hold it quite as firm as the plain cardstock, but have a play. I definitely have a play with the different cardstock. Can you see though when that's actually curled up? So literally curling it up. Take the tweezers out. Because I've put colour on both sides, it means however you see it, you're going to see the actual intense colour. So that'll be the richness. So you'll do all the petals. Obviously I'm not, but you will do all the petals. You then need to shape the leaves. So what you do with the leaves, bring one of the leaves back in, your shaping tool, the leaf shaping tool, and I'm just literally going down the leaf as such, okay? And it's so easy. I'm then going to just take my tweezers, and I'm actually going to, first of all, I'm going to bend it the wrong way for colouring. And then taking my sponge, my distress ink this time I'm using like a yellow. So I'm going on with my fossilised amber, and this is my distress oxides, because they sit so well on the darker, on the cardstock, on the coloured cardstock. So I'm doing that first of all, and then I'm actually going to bend that back in again, like so. and then do the rest of the colouring. So I might go on, what colour this time? Right, I'll go on with I'm using crushed olive, and this is just my normal distress. But have a play with your different colours. It doesn't have to be distressed if you don't want to. You know, I know Susan uses a pan pastels, and they look absolutely exquisite. So play around with different colours. It might be pencils, it could be anything that you're using. But, look, you can see just how effective that starts to look. I might just pop those lines in a little bit more. Now, that dahlia is absolutely flying out. Over 80% of the stock has gone. It's beautiful, but it is very, very busy if you would like to get hold of that. Now, I like that you can always shape it a little bit more, so you can always, if you want to, just take your tweezers and shape it round. The lovely thing is, it's, you know, your leaves, you can shape them however you fancy. You can put as much or as little shaping as you want. So please have a play again. And what I might do as well is just squidge it up a little bit more to give it that nice effect. Okay, so that's the leaf. That's how easy the leaves are. Right, let's make this up. So I've got one that's already stuck together and one that needs sticking together. So look at all these lovely layers. So I've got my little leaves there. This is so simple because all you're now doing is gluing it together. So you take your layers and you just want to be putting one layer on top of the other. Obviously, don't put them directly over because you want these petals to start filling in the gaps. So you're just going to take your glue and start building up those petals. So you're going to be moving them up and moving them round like so. If you need by the time you're finished, because you're working on cardstock, the lovely thing about this, if you want to, when you're finished, you can still add more colour tone to it. So you can even go in with your sponge afterwards and make it richer in colour if you want it to. I'm making sure that I'm not overlapping the petals precisely. You don't want them overlapping precisely. You don't want the same petal just sitting on, you know, one on top of the other in exactly the same way, because they're all a little bit different, you see. That's what she manages to do. She makes sure that the petals aren't exactly the same, and that helps to give it that really realistic look. See, doesn't it look good? And as it's getting closer to the centre, you can see just how rich that colour's becoming. There we go. So just building those up. And it's really nice and thick now. So remember, you've got 3 of each layer apart from that last layer. There we go. Is it limited already, the dahlia? Okay, the dahlia is now limited stock. If you do want this, you're going to have to check your baskets out. Please have a look. Have a look on the website, because we have got the other flowers that we've got coming up later on in this afternoon show, but do have a look at those because they're lovely as well. And honestly, I'd be part of Hochanda Freedom, get them delivered to your door and just enjoy them all. They all go together so well. I do think I've lost a little one, but I'm not going to worry about that too much, just because I want to make up the actual card. So bob a little bit of glue in the centre there, and then that is going to sit right in the centre like that. Now, I want to just make up the card. Can I just quickly show you? Because I wanted to bring in the other dies that I've got on the show as well. See, isn't that just beautiful? Isn't that just beautiful? And they're easy to do. They're really relaxing. Gorgeous, aren't they? Okay, so what I can do, and I'll do this really quick because I'm not going to make it up. So what I've actually done is taken some of that gorgeous paper. So that is from that wonderful paper pad. The paper pad is absolutely exquisite. What I wanted to do was use the, I didn't want to stick this straight on. Decisions. Right, okay, so before I actually put that down, what I'm going to show you is this. So I could either... these are, you know, them beautiful corners. Which is this? The Oriental corner. So what I'm going to do is take a tiny bit of the ink. So this is the same ink that I've used on the dahlia. So that means it's going to match absolutely perfectly. I'm going to take that. I'm then going to, because they've got the little bit that folds, you will take your time. 20 minutes. And I did reckon I will get another demo done. It's quicker, promise. So, No one believes me. So only do the little foldy bits. I would normally, if I wasn't on live telly, I would definitely be using double-sided tape. I wouldn't be using wet glue, just because, I mean, for live TV, my wet glue isn't brilliant because it's not, look, because you have to wait for it to grab, you see. But obviously I was trying to be a bit speedier because I know what I'm like running out of time. So bob that down. I'll just do that quickly. And I'm popping that onto my piece of cardstock. Like that. And that one you could make up. Now, what I wanted to show you. So you could either use that. Hold on a second. Bear with. The dahlia, it's in everybody's basket. So you have to check your basket out now. If you don't check your basket out here at Hochanda, if it's not checked out within 7 minutes, I think it is, we can, it basically bounces back into stock. So if you don't check it out, you might lose out. Okay, so you could either do it this way. So you could have it just on the bottom like that. You could bring another one in the top. Look how pretty that looks. Doesn't that look absolutely exquisite? You could, if you wanted to, you could cut those off, so you could just have it stuck down flat. So you could do it that way, which I think would look absolutely exquisite. I might do it that way, but obviously time. But then what you can do, and what I'm going to do with this one, is just take, I would normally go around with a little bit of ink on this one, but I do want to try and get another demo in. And I'm just going to, now, what? We've had an email in from Karen in the US. Hi, Karen. How lovely to have your company. So she's saying, could we use foam to cut the flower dies out? I bet you can, actually, because I cut out of the foam, and this is funky foam, so it's not even that thin when you look at it. I cut out, you know, that beautiful dye, and actually, even the corners. Look, even the corners have been cut out of the foam. And I had to play with this earlier on. So if you're going to be able to cut detail like that out of foam, then yes, I should imagine the flowers really easy. I don't know about felt and stuff, because I haven't had a play with felt and things, but I think foam, it'll be absolutely fine. So all I'm going to do with this, see, I'm going to have it, so this is a pocket, so it's going to do that. How pretty is that? So all you want to do is start building it up. So take my the stalks first of all, like this, and I probably won't finish doing this, but I'm going to have that like that. And then I'm going to have this one like this. They look like green beans at the moment. I will change that, I promise. And then start building up. So I'll put our little leaves on. Now, you could be using glue gel if you wanted more, you know, if you wanted more depth, you can definitely use glue gel. Obviously, with this one, I'm going to keep it relatively flat because with this, because it's a pocket and I want it to be able to slip in and out, so I don't want too much dimension going on. So I'm just, and I've used different colours of cardstock as well because I like that. I think it looks really effective, doesn't it? Those greens are just beautiful. So I'll pop in a couple of different little leaves on the bottom here. So the leaves you're going to pop on first, like this. I'm going to pop that one there, like that. Oh, now, you know how I said about things bouncing back if you don't check out? That has indeed occurred. A couple of them dahlias have bounced back. That means if you now get those in your basket and check out straight away, they're yours. That means if you had yours in your basket and thinking, oh, I didn't check out, I forgot, please be quick, check them out now, get them back in your basket. Otherwise, you've lost out on that. See, and then all I'm going to do is pop that one there. Look. Isn't that just gorgeous? And that one. So how I'd finish this off, all I do to finish this off would be to put some sentiments. And I think that is all that you need. So maybe with this one, oh, aren't they just beautiful? Aren't they beautiful? Oh, all back in allocation. So you might have just thought, oh no, I thought it were mine, and then realised they're all back in allocation. If it does bounce back again, we'll let you know. Look. Bit of butterfly there. Absolutely gorgeous. Right, I am going to stop playing, otherwise I'm not going to get time for another demonstration, but isn't that lovely? Okay, so if you do want that dahlia, I'm really sorry, but hopefully none are going to bounce back, but we have got the other bits. For instance, you'll definitely want that flower toolkit. Now, the toolkit is brilliant. It's good quality, and it's only £16.99. You're getting the toolkit. You've also got the mats as well. 344298, that's your item number, and it is really, really cool. You've also got, of course, the beautiful sunflower, which I will be doing in the next one. And but already over a third has gone. I'm going to do that in the next demonstration. So if you do want that, please check your baskets out with that one, because otherwise you may miss out on the beautiful sunflower as well. So make sure that is in your basket. I'm going to set up for another demonstration, but our Haley is waiting in the wings.
And as Leonie said, that sunflower, absolutely beautiful. See how the dahlia went just a few moments ago? You might want to pop this into your basket, and we've got the details down at the bottom of the screen. So if you do want to get hold of that die ahead of Leonie's demonstration, then do it as quickly as you possibly can. £9.99 at 732082. I'll show you the die in person in a few moments, but before I do that, I need to tell you about those papers. Over 30% of the stock has gone. Now, you are going to get both of these paper pads. You have got 12 sheets in each one of these, so 24 in total. You don't need to choose. You are going to get the wood effect and the fly ones, as you can see there, with all the beautiful elements in there. So the wood effect ones, these are gorgeous. You've got lots of kind of natural tones with these ones, and as Leonie just shown us, you can use them in so many different ways to get so many wonderful effects. They're not coated, so they haven't got a coating on there, so if you do want to add in your own colour, maybe using your inks, maybe using your pencils or your pens, then you can do so quite easily, or you can use them just as they are. Absolutely gorgeous. 12 sheets in total in the wood effect and 12 in that fly and scrap printed papers, as you can see as well. Absolutely gorgeous, and I'm getting inspiration from this one for kind of DIY and working on a planner, but they are of the kind of weight that you could use them as scrapbook pages. You could use them perhaps as coverings for your boxes, as backdrops for your cards. So many different ways, and a little really does go a long way with these, and maybe you'll be using them as inspiration to get your own effects as well, with all your inks and your misters and all sorts of wonderful things. So those are the first pad, but you're going to get two. So we're also going to get this fabulous one here, the fly bundle, and this is gorgeous. Inspiration there, as you can see, from the word fly. So lots of kind of hot air balloons and butterflies and florals and all sorts. So again, these are beautiful. Edge-to-edge coverage. These are gorgeous just to use in their entirety. As Leonie said, you could perhaps just add a couple of little photographs on there if you wanted to use it as a scrapbook page, or chop into them. Again, chopping into these, you've got 6x6 pieces. So if you are creating your cards or your backdrops for other dies, maybe using, maybe you've gone for some of those florals that we're seeing Leonie working with, then these would be beautiful. I just love the inspiration that we're getting from the colourways with these, the different paint techniques, but without any mess whatsoever. So if you do want to get those effects, but perhaps haven't progressed to your inks and all those different inky techniques, then these are going to make it nice and easy for you. Gorgeous tones. We've got purples and teals in here. We've got those light, airy colours as well, and of course, as I said, this will give you the opportunity to create that inky background without getting a drop of ink out. But of course, as time goes on, you might want to create those yourself. Look at these dreamy blues. I mean, again, chop into that. So many different areas, and as Leonie said, if you want to do a double page spread, then you can do quite easily, because lots of these will allow you to do that. And again, come back to this one, really just remind me of a dream catcher. You can just imagine some large words of inspiration on there, stamped out, but you are getting all of those. 24 sheets in total, incredible value, works out at 63p per sheet. 793599 being your item number on that one. You are saving £5 with that introductory price of £14.99, and they have been proving to be incredibly popular, as have over 30% of the stock of those has gone. Beautiful. Now, I gave you a little tease of that sunflower a few moments ago. Again, proving to be very, very popular. Half of the stock has gone, and Leonie hasn't even demonstrated this. We saw what happened with the dahlia just a few moments ago. You can see here the realism that you are getting from these is absolutely incredible. Now, Susan works alongside Els and Elizabeth Craft Designs to ensure that we get that purity of style with these. The realism is incredible. And as Leonie said, those dies that build up those different layers are individually formulated. created. It's not just one die that's kind of made it a little bit smaller than replicated to give you 2 or 3 different layers. Each one of those layers has been created by Susan, knowing those flowers inside out. Her passion for the garden and the outdoors is incredible. Managed to work with her a couple of times, and absolutely inspirational, she really is. But you can see there the beauty that you've got. It's not just the petals though, it's going to give you those inner workings as well, the tiny little elements that you can see in the centre there, and Leonie's going to be showing us that in how to create that as well. But of course the leaves are featured in there as well, so everything that you need within that particular one die. £9.99. It's a beautiful die to create your sunflower, and as Leonie is going to be back here later on, don't know if the stock of this one will be. I know we've got other flowers coming up in her show at where am I? It's 2 o'clock this afternoon with Charlie. You might want to have a little peek on there before we get to it, but I didn't say that out loud. Toolkit at the bottom of the screen, incidentally, to work alongside those floral dies. Very, very busy for that one. That's limited stock now as well. Oh, sorry, approaching half the stock. Sorry, got a little bit overzealous then. I probably had another premonition, because that can happen. So, yeah, I think as time goes on, we will find that even more of those are going out. But at the moment, we're OK. Half the stock has gone. Now, if you're wanting to go for the flower lace, this is beautiful. Absolutely exquisite. I love this one. A quarter of the stock has gone. It's beautiful because not only have you got that floral aspect in there, but when you look deeper into it, you have got that paisley effect with this one as well. So I think it kind of brings on a very bohemian, masculine look to it perhaps as well, with the right colourways. You can see here that wood effect paper being used from that paper pack that we looked at earlier on. But what a clever idea. Now, the beauty of these dies is you can use them and repeat them over and over to create your own backgrounds, as we've seen here. A little bit of a resist technique going on here, as you can see, but there's so many different ways you could work with these. Absolutely beautiful. Again, cutting out the elements. Look how lacy that is. That is absolutely beautiful. Of course, you could replicate that over and over again if you're wanting to. As Leonie said, use it with your glitter finishes as well. Your self-adhesive glitter you could be making of your own. Absolutely beautiful. Paper piecing with this one as well, that would look beautiful. And as Leonie said, the team have actually made their own stamps. A little bit of acetate there, fussy cut around to make their own stamp, which of course you can use over and over again. I imagine, make it out of your funky phone, as you can see here, and also use it on your die cutting machines, as in an embossing folder, that kind of technique. 040311 if you're wanting to get hold of that. Beautiful, beautiful die, I have to say. Now, everything that Leonie's working with, you will find on the website while it's in stock. We have had sellouts already. You can see there's some of the elements Leonie's bought to us previously and Nels has bought previously. 5-star reviews from like-minded crafters just as yourselves, so why not check those out as well. But of course, with the dahlias we missed out on. If you did miss out on those ones, didn't get hold of yours, then you have got the opportunity to get hold of your sunflowers, but do add in that toolkit. It's proved to be very, very popular, but don't forget, approaching half the stock has gone. For just £16.99, it does mean you are going to get that professional result time and time again. Of course, Leonie's going to continue to use that in her demonstrations. Talking of which, I think it's time we had number 2.
Well, thank you very much, Haley. Hello and welcome back. OK, so I've got how many minutes? 7. That's OK. Right then, are you ready? Our lovely little sunflower. So, with your sunflower, what you're getting this time is, let me show you the die. So, with your die, what you're getting your petals. Now, they are slightly different. Again, that's what makes Susan's flowers so fabulous and unique, because the petals aren't all the same as you'll find in nature. So, it allows you to create something a little bit different. You'll cut one of the, let me just have a little look. So it's one of that one, 2 of that one. To be honest, if you don't get it, I mean, this is what Susan recommends. If it's not exactly the same, it's going to be OK. But 1 of one, 2 of the other one. So 3 layers just to layer it up properly. The stalk, she always cuts a couple of times, and again that gives it that really nice dimension. The leaves, 1 each of the leaves, and then this little beauty. Now that you're going to cut 3 to 4 times. They're your centre elements of the sunflower. So that's one of the main things of the sunflower, isn't it? You know, that centre, I think that's what really makes it stand out. So that's why that little die is in there, and this has been all cut for me, and I'm getting it ready. So what I've got, first of all, the sunflower. Now, We're approaching 3/4 of stock. So busy. You do need to check your baskets out. Remember, the dahlia did sell out. If you want this one, you need to check your baskets out. With the sunflower, again, have a look at the different colours that you can get, but also have a look at the shading of the sunflower. So I'm using that lovely orange again. I mean, you could be using a deeper yellow. You could be using a brown as well, you know, just to create a bit more dimension. And I'm just going to do that in the centre. So I'm just allowing the yellow to be nice and bright. So that's going to go in the centre. Now, this is where it changes. So with the dahlia, we wanted the dahlia, the flowers, the petals coming up. That's kind of the shape of the dahlia. With the sunflower, we're doing the opposite. So it will ink on one side, but then flip your actual flower, because we're going to shape on the reverse side. Going to be using that little loopy tool again, and all you're going to be doing is starting about not quite at the end, starting just putting your pressure on and just allowing that movement of the petals. So I'm not going right at the end. I don't need it to shape right from the end. It's just about almost about 3/4 of the way up, and just digging into that wonderful little foam pad, and that just allows the cardstock to move. So you can see there, it's all squidged up, so you've got real movement. I'm then going to take my other ball tool, which I have put in a safe place. I haven't got it out yet. Get me still being organised. Okay, so take the ball tool. With this one, you've got your two different ball tools there. You've got the big one and the smaller one. I'll use the smaller one for now. All I'm going to do is flip that round and then just start to go round like this. And can you see? That starts to make, and it doesn't matter that I'm taking the ink off, that's irrelevant. This will just start to make those petals, you can see it move. See, so that gives you the shape. It's that quick to create the gorgeous shape. Cardstock, so it's going to hold. So that's your petals, that's what you're going to do with the petals. With the leaves, same thing. So you're going to be bringing your leaf in and then bringing those colours. Then bring in the shaping in. How much time have I got? 3 minutes. Okay, I'll be really, really quick. Same kind of thing with this. So you're just going to bring the colour into the centre, like this. Right, sunflower is now approaching limited stock. If you want it, you need to check your baskets out now. That is the way it always happens when we've got Susan's beautiful, beautiful dies. So please, 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 please check your baskets out. Now, that's all I'm going to do. So can you see how easy is that? So some gorgeous shading. So lighter in the centre. That really emphasises the actual leaf. Doesn't it look good? And it's that simple. It's ridiculous how easy it is when you know you know what you're doing. The stalks, you've seen what I did with the stalks. It's exactly the same way. I'm not doing it again just because of time, because I just want to pop this together. Okay, so your little flower. Oh. Sorry, forgot about this bit. To put the flowers together, obviously. So you're going to layer up first of all. So you've got your bigger ones first of all. Make sure you're not going one on top of the other. You want them offset, like so. And then you'll take the smaller one, and again, it's offset like this. Oh no, I'm going to run out of time, aren't I? Right, with these little bits, oh, it's limited stock, it is going to sell out, no doubt about it. Please check your baskets out. With these ones, what you will do with these ones, okay, so it's that cupping again. So put them on the mat, and then get the smaller ball tool and just squidge. And what happens, they all squidge up. It looks really, really cool. So they squidge up around the ball tool, and this just gives them such cool movements, like this. That's cupping, that is, like so. And then I'll just shake. Oh, I won't shake them off my mat because I've squished them in that much. I've stuck them to my mat. Oh, really? And then all you need to do with those, I'd put glue gel actually, but I don't know how to put my glue gel, and now I'm rushing. And then just start to build these up. So you'll just bob those in. And to be fair, oh, I've got a minute. And they're going upside down, Ellie, now I'm rushing.
Well, of course, when you're at home, you've got loads of time. As you said, with your glue gel in there, you can kind of play around with them a little bit more. Yeah, of course you can. You can glue gel or flat glue. But the thing is, now I'm really going to cheat.
because of seconds.
Throw them on there.
I'm just going to throw them in.
You still get the same effect though, don't you?
Yeah, you do.
The texture.
It is the texture. And because because of that cupping, it actually gives them some real movement. See. And even though I haven't finished, doesn't that look effective?
That is amazing.
Isn't that cool?
It is.
Look, how pretty is that?
That is beautiful. They're all in baskets. If you've got yours sitting in your basket, you need to make sure that you are checking out your basket, because we saw what happened with the daily. A couple of those popped back in. So do keep an eye on it. You might be lucky if people haven't checked out the baskets. If they're in your basket, do it as quickly as you can. And don't forget your toolkit too.
I'll have to use them other ones in the second hour because I've run out of time. But thank you. Do come and join us at 2.
Hi, I'm Katrina from Rowendine. We're a small family business that design embroidery kits. Embroidery has always been my passion, and I'd love to show you how to do some of the stitches and some of the kits. We're based in Derbyshire, and I'm really inspired by the landscape and flora of Derbyshire, and I think other people will be too. Our kits are really easy, and I hope they inspire you to have a go at stitching. Since we've been on Hochanda, we've had a great time. Everybody's been really friendly and really good. We've met loads of people all around the country who watch Hochanda and find it really inspiring. Don't forget to join me on my Rowendine shows on Hochanda.
Hi, my name is Maggie and I'm from Impressions Crafts. I've been running my business now for 15 years. It's a small family-run business in the south of Cheshire. We have a large craft shop. We sell all sorts of beading and jewellery supplies. I have a passion for making jewellery. I love working with the Lucite style flower beads, and we make thousands and thousands of angels and have been doing so for the last few years. We've been bringing to Hochanda lots of lovely beading kits, jewellery, for necklaces and bracelets and earrings. And we also bring a wide range of angels and accessories, beading accessories like bookmarks. And we also have our range of laser cut sun catchers and mobiles, all the lovely crafty beads. Hope you can tune into my shows, and looking forward to seeing you on Hochanda.
Hi, I'm Jo from the Bead Hut. We're a family-run business for about 14 years now, and we supply jewellery making components. My passion is chainmail, and we make all our own rings here in Essex for you to create some wonderful designs. We've got all levels of kits, from beginners, intermediate and advanced, and we hope that we will share your journey with you and inspire you in a brand new craft. Come and join us, start something new at Hochanda.
Hello everybody and warm welcome. I hope you're having a fantastic day. It's about to get a lot better because we have got some phenomenal dies for you. Before we look at these, let's have a word with Paula. Hello.
Hello, Dennis.
How are you?
I'm very good, and you?
I'm very well. Did you have a good New Year?
Yes, I did.
Yes.
Fabulous, actually.
Birthday on Christmas?
Birthday on Christmas Day, as
nice.
every year for the last many, many years.
You said you were eating seafood at the beach.
Yes, it was. I was back home with my parents in Mallorca, and it was a sunny day.
Yeah.
Quite chilly, but yeah, seafood in the...
Hashtag winning. And you're going to be winning as well, because we've got these wonderful ladies for you. So there are boho ladies, brought to you by Tonic. What I would say, Paula, looking at these, we talk about versatility. I'm going to be showing you some finished inspirations, and you will appreciate just how versatile they are. Now, this is just one, but it's the characters.
They are characters. They are beautiful ladies that we can all find people that we know that they can relate to these images. Whether you want to go to Bohemian, that they're kind of that sort of feathers in their hair, like a little bit inspired by Native Americans by Jennifer Cray in this beautiful sample. Or you want to color in those elements by Bibi, you know, so talented design team. And then you can see how you can color in. It looks like a stamped image, doesn't it? And it kind of has that softer look from maybe the 20s.
The 1920s, I was going to say.
It's usually the headband, the feathers, but you can go mixed media, and this is just using Ava, which is the one that has got feathers in her hair. So all the samples that we have shown you so far is just using the one thing, and then there is another one. So you have got 4 ladies that they have got that's beautiful. So that's and you have very kind of different styles with.
This is just the first lady, okay? We're going to introduce you to all 4, but what we're trying to show you, this is Ava. We're trying to show you just the different looks you can achieve from each one. So Ava's been very popular buying her sales, but the real value is getting the complete collection. You're saving £17. Now, moving on to who's this lovely lady?
Oh, she's Mariposa.
Mariposa?
No, Mariposa.
So Mariposa.
Mariposa, which is...
So you said Mary Potter.
No.
Is she a wizard?
No. This is Mariposa because it's butterflies in Spanish. I have nothing to do how they are named.
Mariposa.
But this lady is, you know, very sultry looking through the glasses, and it comes with 4 butterflies. Now, every single set of these ladies is a beautiful die. That is the lady. One pass, it will die cut everything, and then you have got extra, so you either 4 dies or in one of them is 5 individual dies, whether it is butterflies, flowers or feathers. So you have got 21 dies in total. They're really versatile. They're very beautiful, those butterflies. So I know I'm going to be using those butterflies as well as with Mariposa on their own.
Oh, wow. They look stunning, and that's the thing that really strikes me. These are attention grabbers. They really do set off any project. So whether it is your card or your mixed media, but also the different techniques you can throw at it, the different looks you can achieve from them. So this is Mariposa. Now, moving on, we do have our next lady for you as well. I'm going to go here.
Yes, so we are going to be showing Camellia. Camellia, I think, is just perfect. If you want to, this is one of my favorite samples by Lou Sims. Very talented design team member. And look how this is with one of the silhouettes dyes from Tonic, and look how it mixes and matches, how you can add, you know, that exotic seas of the, you know, the Polynesia or the, you know, Caribbean Sea. You know, it's just, if you are doing a memory book of a cruise ship or a holiday, what about getting this for the cover of it, or just decorating the inside pages? But you can go very, you know, soft and pastel card. You know, you can go into color every detail. You know, you can go vibrant and then use it
to cut. Got a bit of carnival about it.
Yeah, exactly. The Notting Hill Carnival or the Carnavales in the Canary Islands, which is coming up soon. So you can see how different styles, whether you want to go a little bit more traditional with those beautiful layering dyes, whether you want to do a little bit mixed media, you know, these faces will lend themselves really well for this sort of mixed media.
Tell me about this one.
Right, so this is a very good one. So if I show you this, can you see her hair?
Yeah.
So then what I believe is Karen has done is trim this bit in there. So then you have got...
Oh, so you can see there, that's...
And then it's foliage with those beautiful flowers, and then Mariposa's larger butterfly.
So it just goes to show that the individual elements, well, one thing I need to point out, we've got one more lady to show you. We're extremely busy, so stock-wise, I think we're approaching 2/3 of the stock has gone here. I can see why we're busy. I'm going to introduce you to our final lady, who is...
Jasmine. Jasmine, is one of my... Well, I love them all, to be honest, but I like her especially because you can make her into a little girl. Now, Maz yesterday said, and I hope you can, if I could show how you can trim a little bit of her hair, and then if you use...
You can give a haircut.
And you can use a little bit of a haircut, and then it looks much more of a little girl, but you can also go a little bit oriental, and, you know, if you use the oriental sort of paper style, you can do like a geisha, and I love that she has got that sort of eyes closed, reflective, you know, look to her. It's kind of inwards, you know, whether there is a lady looking over her shoulder, a lady on her profile, and then Jasmine with her eyes closed, looking in.
Is very, and no, we were saying, look, great for card making, great for mixed media, but also for boxes.
Yes, because they are about just under 5 inches in size, so it's perfect for, you know, say a 6x6 card, an 8x8 card, whether you're matting and layering, whether you are using ovals, whether you are using a square or rectangles. They just have the really nice size.
Popping that down. So what you're looking at here is a fantastic collection for a fantastic saving. You're saving £17. $34.96, and you're getting a collection of the most beautiful, show-stopping leading ladies here. So there are tonic boho ladies, each one offering you their own character, and that's what you're really getting here. You can change their looks, you can change their styles, you can pick out, lift out individual elements as well, so you can go as detailed or as simple as you like. We're busy for this. You've got 2 flexi payments as well, £17.48, 217739. Your item number there. We've got more goodies for you as well. Take a look at these. So, proving very popular too. A lot of you adding this to your basket. You have got these wonderful ribbon bows and swirly frames. They are big. That picture does not do it justice. They really are a large lie, both of them. $49.98. You're saving £17. 674-188, your item number.
Right, so actually I'm going to be using the ribbon and bow layering set for this project.
Okay.
Now, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to die cut Mariposa, which is the one that has got butterflies in her hair. In her hair, in her brain, and in her stomach. So,
Mariposa, so which is butterfly in Spanish?
Mariposa.
Oh, it is Mariposa means butterfly.
It's
nice.
one
Very pretty name. I like that. Mariposa.
Mariposa, yeah.
Very pretty name.
It is, it is. So in one go, we are going to lift it and look at that. So I'm going to just put it on top of white so you can see it perfectly. One pass.
Okay, if you're just starting crafting, imagine just with some dark cardstock, one pass, instantly you've got the most beautiful topper.
You do, yeah, it's just absolutely beautiful detail. Now, with these dies, because they have got so much intricate detail, what I like to do is I pass it once, and I know with the tangerine it has die cut, but I pass it a second time, so then the release is much easier.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the back of my hands and then just dab it in.
Nice.
I learned that from Jodie, which is the Queen of Tawny.
Good luck.
So, so then I'm just going to put it in there.
Yeah.
And then just put it, center it. And this mat has been die cut with the ribbon and bow set, the label. Now, in here, now you can then color her. And I'm just not going to color her completely, but I'm just going to show you how I would do it. So I'm just adding, this is the glitter marker from Nuvo.
Okay.
And for her cheeks, I wanted to have, like, you know, the blusher that has got a little bit of a sparkle.
Yeah.
And by the way, this one is Carmen, and it's from the Ember Blow show. So then just go a little bit like that.
That's nice.
Don't worry about the glasses, because we are going to cover them up.
Do you know, I'm just thinking as well, same technique you're showing here.
Yeah.
If you wanted to do a Halloween type inspired card, you could use some blood trailing down, and then she's a vampire.
Well, if that's what you want to do.
I'm just saying that technique there. I'm just saying you can transform them. I'm not saying everyone's going to be doing that, but...
Yeah, well, it's, for Halloween. You could actually, you are absolutely right. You know, you could. Now, if you wanted, you could actually, in this case, trim. Can you see here? I could have trimmed the hair, because the eyes and the glasses hold the nose and everything.
Okay.
So, but the only thing is, if you trim, you can trim that one and just keep that one so it holds the mouth together.
Gotcha.
If you want to, you can trim it, but then you will have to position the mouth on its own. All right? Now we are going to take the lighter card, sorry, the darker blue. I'm going to die cut.
We've now hit our 2/3 stock level, so you can see how busy we are. We were approaching 2/3 of the stock. This is meant to last for this show, and I know Paola's got one more show a bit later on. So if you do like what you're seeing, my advice is getting sooner rather than later. Don't leave it up to choice, because we are seeing this. It's very, very busy.
Yeah. So then what I've done is I turned the plates over, because what I want to do now is to do paper piecing. Now I have got one that very kindly Karen has already prepared for me, so it's already started to fill in here. So what you do is you take is the pieces in here. You can see the hair. And so you take first the larger one, or you can take the poking the bits in here with the pokey tool, and then you just fill those bits in here. Okay. So let me grab my tweezers.
So this is how you can transform the hair. It can be blue, it can be redhead.
Yeah,
blonde.
It can be any color you want to have it. Now, this is how you do the paper piecing. Now, I was showing yesterday that there is one way that you can put the glue right in here. Okay. Okay, and then I'm just going to turn it over and then place the die over it and then poke it through. But because there are so many pieces so close to each other, I just find that a little bit, sometimes it's a little bit too tricky for this one.
Gotcha.
So then I would put that one in there.
Okay, it's like your own little crafting puzzle.
Yeah, exactly. Or you could just take it like this. Okay. So this is a really easy way of, because die cutting, it allows you, every piece is perfectly cut.
Yeah.
Now, if you wanted, you could have, use the die as a template to cut it around it if you don't want to do the paper piecing, but I think it's just so much nicer to do this kind of puzzle kind of way.
Like rainbow hair, you can do whatever you like.
Whatever you want. Or you could color the background as well, the background card in here. So you kind of go in, let's put one of the larger ones in here as well. Well, let's leave it there. So that's the same thing with the flowers in there. And now I'm going to take the holographic mirror card and then just cut it for the...
Are we going to put this on for the glasses?
Yes, we are.
Genius! I love that.
Yeah, it's a few of our design team members have thought that, this lady needs to have cool sunglasses.
Really funky. She's got a bit of a 60s vibe about it. But you could, I think I saw one of the inspirations.
With the nouveau crystal glaze or the glossy accents, you can do that as well. So we have got, for instance, a nouveau crystal glaze. You can do that as well. So, and you can do that as well for the lips. So if we do so then if we do the for the lips, if you want to have them like a gloss rather than a like a lipstick rather, so you can just put the glaze as well. And see what the matter. And there we have her.
That's nice.
Right, so then what I'm going to do is die cut the butterflies that come with it. And even if it's, as long as you use a glitter card from Craft Perfect that has been tested to use with dies, even the intricate dies will cut through it. And I'm just going to run it through.
So from a crafting standpoint, Paolo, when I was sitting at home, because we were chatting before, I know how much you love this set, but what's really piqued your creative juices?
Well,
what do you like working with them?
because it's nice for, the first set in the tonic in the new year, something fresh, a little bit different, something beautiful, something gorgeous, something that is evocative of friendship. And I think, it's just so nice to have something that is, reminds you of people and friends, and you can make cards that are personalized, and also they're so much fun.
They are fun, but to me they tell a story as well.
They've
got so much character and you can use them in so many different ways. So whether you want it to be quite fun, or you want it to be elegant, or you want it to be vintage, you've got that scope. You can totally transform the looks. You can customize as well. So if you have a friend, a cool, trendy friend, suddenly say they have red hair or maybe blonde hair, you can taper it and you can color coordinate it to try and reflect your friend.
I'm going to show you what I meant. So you can, I was just looking for, so you could, I have used the paper, but I just wanted to show you how you can color it in as well if you wanted to. So whatever way you prefer. And this one is one of the nouveau brush pens, so it's water-based, but you could use alcohol markers as well. So if you think paper piecing isn't for you, what about just coloring in?
I like that.
There.
Well, you can put some water. I mean, watercolour would work. You're saying water-based.
Yeah, watercolour as well. Yeah, whatever medium. So you can see how quickly I did it. That was a little bit quicker than to do it. Now I have die cut it, and I place it over one that has been already die cut, a lighter colour, and then Karen has fussy cut around it to create the white. I am, you know, I would have, I think that's really nice when you have got the contrast coming through. And, you know, it's nice when it's fussy cut as well.
Just while you're doing that, Paola, we have got the pens on our website, so the pens you just saw Paola using to colour in the brush pens. Details are on your screen right now. You can find them on the website. Great price for them, £32.45. And you're getting a collection of 15 pens. So your Tonic Nouveau brush script pens, 179499, your item number.
So you can see that because they have got that really finer tip in there, you can go back really, really detailed.
You get that lovely brush stroke feel
the brush as well. So I go a second time just to darken it a little bit more, so it kind of matches more of that blue in there. But you can see them both ways. Yeah, it has. So now I have got her finished, and then I'm just gonna layer her up. Yeah, there it is. So and you can see now that I'm using the ribbon and bow as layering set. So it's a verso set. So what it means is that you can cut it just on its own, all the mats and layers, but you also get the intricate detail that will cut a lace work into the card, adding that, but it's optional. You can do it, and then it's brilliant. For matting and layering.
Perfect. Now, you are saving £21 here. 2 flex payments of £24.99. You are getting the layered dies and the ribbon bows, the ribbon bows and the swirly frames there. £49.98 your price. So you have got the flexi payment option, 674,188. But Paola, they are big.
They are very, very large ones.
To show you.
You can see that this one is the large one, the largest one of there. So it's about, let me tell you exactly. It's over 6 inches in height and in the width, and it's 8 inches in height. So it's really
is a big die going in there.
So it's a really nice matting and layering for larger cards, but also to create. I use it all the time. It's one of my favorite. Well, I just love the matting and layering large sets from Tonic because they are perfect for creating the blank cards with shape, with intricate detail. This particular one, I think it lets itself very nice for Victorian style, but also fresh contemporary shapes as well.
And the fact that you can, you've got the nested sizes as well.
Exactly.
You've got a size for every purpose.
Every purpose. So now this banner is one of the banners that we had die set with the stamps. So so we have, this should be on the website, I'm just pressing down, but obviously any sentiment or well sent. And then this is the easel from the heart set that we had. So then we are going to put her and there.
Yeah, that's stunning.
Oh, that's good.
Paola, now that is really good.
Isn't it just?
Using the holographic for the glasses. That's stunning.
Isn't it just stunning? And it's what I love about these sets is just that it's just really, this would really look cool in a teenager's room. But you can, some of the ladies could look amazing in an oriental sort of a style room. Some of the ladies would be really somebody who likes carnivals. So there is a little bit of so many different people in these ladies.
Lovely. Look, let's take a look at exactly what we're getting here. So it's our fantastic Tonic Boho Ladies. $34.96 your price. You are saving a whopping £17. $34.96. It gets better because you can break that price in half. £17.48 your first flexi payment, and then in 4 weeks' time you pay your remaining flexi payment there. Right, so what are we looking at here? If you have just tuned in, this is the first release from Tonic this year, and we are approaching 70% of the stock. We've only got this hour and 1 more hour later on. What I would say, I know sometimes everyone at home, you like to watch shows and maybe tune back in for a late show and think, oh, I'll get it then. There's certain situations where we're busy and we can't necessarily guarantee you will have this in the latest show. This could be one of those occasions. We're approaching 70% of the stock. We are busy, and rightly so. What you're actually getting here, now you can go for the dies individually, but the real value is part of this collection. You're saving £17 and you are getting an evocative collection of leading ladies. Each one has her own story, but the real beauty, and what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to pick up the individual dies, show them to you, and just show how each of them can be totally transformed depending on the techniques you throw at it. So let's start here. And now this is nice. I'm just going to pick up a handful. This is our lovely lady. Take a look at this. Now this is Camilla. strong image, working off the profile. Something Paula said, and I'll show you it here, and this is a really important point, is how well these ladies work with your existing dyes too. So this is a sunset scene brought to you by Tonic, but isn't that lovely? I mean, it really showcases the beauty of the dye. But then if you wanted to work on it in a more simpler form on a tag, stunning. Real character. I don't want to harp on about it, but what really impressed me is the fact that such strong images. Look at this. Not hard work to do. You're just taking advantage of the elements that you're getting as part of the set. One thing I need to show you, if you're having a look at the flowers and the hair here, this is very clever because you can just use those to embellish an existing card. So even if you didn't want to use Camilla, and you just took out just at the top, so you can see her hair, see there, her hair and the flowers, and then turn that into foliage and flowers. Tonic really do think of everything, but then a different look, totally transforming it. So more subtle, understated, but has the same impact. Really nice, classy card. That's up first, lady. Now, moving on, we do have another lady for you. Maybe you wanted to go for a bit more of a vintage vibe. I'm seeing here sort of flapper girl, 90s, 20s. This is Ava. How cool is Ava? Love it. Now, Ava by herself, 60% of the stock. But as I say, look, it's fine. If you just want to go for each of the ladies by herself, you can do that. But the real saving right now, because Ava by herself, £12.99, saving £17. Your first flexi payment, £17.48. You're getting all four. Now, having a look at Ava, let's just say, so we've gone quite flapper 1920s, mixed media. Here, totally different look. Then you can take it now, so using pastel colours. A different look again. See how she transforms. And this is the same for all the different characters. What about this is my favourite? Look at that. It's sweeping. It's the movement of the hair. She's really telling a story. How are you going to use her? Or maybe you want to create a bit more of a mystical feel. Ethereal. Very nice in a starry sky. Versatility is something we talk about all the time here at Hochanda. But these really do. If I pop down, this set, and seeing it now, I think is just a perfect example of a versatile set. Now, I like this lady. It's our character we were using in the demonstration, having a look. So this is going to, I want to say, having a look here. So, Paula, the name of Ava?
Mariposa.
Mariposa. Oh, I should have known that. That's my bad. So you're having a look at Mariposa right now. Not to be confused with Mary Potter, as I did earlier on. That was a little bit embarrassing. Now, having a look here, making a nice easel card. But it's a different looks. What Mariposa allows you to do as well, we had a look in our demonstration, the paper piecing that you can suddenly incorporate, changing the hair. Here we've layered up. I say we, I've had nothing to do with it. But you can just totally transform the look and feel. Again, a different vibe now. Loving such a strong image. Or what about this one? Just using it on white, you can transform. So different looks. OK, so there's our lovely Mariposa. And then popping that down. And we've got one more for you. This is our Jasmine. So Jasmine, again, something that Paula was talking about. You've got the scope with Jasmine. You can, depending on giving a little haircut, she can have an oriental feel, or she can turn into a little girl as well. So if you want to make a card for a little girl. I mean, it's such a lovely bunch of leading ladies here. So it's our Tonic Boho ladies. And what you've got is a group. They're strong enough to stand by themselves. If you wanted to cooperate them into maybe a collection or one piece together, they've got that strength. Have a look at that. Isn't that beautiful? It's the poses, each one of them offering you something different. So for me, she's got something. We are at 70% of the stock here, so we're extremely busy at the moment for this, and I can see why. And there's something quite thoughtful, pensive about her. I mean, I like her. And then it's quite profound how you change the flowers, you change the colour tones, and you get a totally different feel. I'll show you, illustrating the point. So here we've gone from quite, that to me, it's with the deep reds, giving it a very strong look. And then with the box, you've suddenly got a lot more elegant, simple, but equally as effective. Could be a little flower girl, maybe you could coordinate that with the colours, a little present in there in a box. So, $17.48, that is your first flexi payment for this fantastic set. It's your Tonic Boho Ladies Original. This is what I would say. It's my golden rule when it comes to crafting. If you're going to invest in something that's original, that totally transforms your crafting stash. So you have got here the most beautiful individual collection. £17.48. You are getting all three. 217739, your item number. Each one telling a story, each one giving you scope to go in so many different directions, but they work so well together as well. Busy. 70% of the stock gone there. Something else a lot of you have been putting in your baskets. Again, big size, Paola.
Big size, lots of dice, 34 dice in total. You are getting the really, I think this one is one of the essentials, the true essential, which is the easel creator one. This one allows you to create very easily, like a... Oh, there it is. So easel card with matting and layering as well. Yeah. If you open it up...
So wait, this die creates an easel card for you?
It does.
That's incredible.
It does, because what it does, the largest one, and I'll show this one in here, you can see, it will create all that shape in here, like cut it, and the little gap in here, the scoring line in there, as well as this little flap in here that will be cut and also scored. So then you can put on the top all the matting and layer. The bow is also included. You can choose whether you go very elaborate with this one or like the one that we were showing before with just a little topper in there. But even the smaller ones are so usable. Perfect for a little tag or sentiment in there.
Or to use with our boho ladies.
Or it is as well. But if you don't want to use it as a easel card, what about...
Oh, that's
lovely. It's because they are versatile. So you will cut it out of the card, creating that beautiful shape, as well the window and all that intricate lace work into it.
Can you imagine making your own easel dies? When I first joined Hochanda, so being introduced to crafting, and I was brand new to crafting, and I would see these easel dies, like, how do you do it? Now, if you've ever struggled, or maybe you just want to make a quick easel die, that is definitely a staple in your craft room. You're also getting this fantastic die as well.
Which is the Victorian layering frame. And there is a couple of I think there is a couple of them missing even in there, because they are the larger ones. There are 19 dies in there in total. Again, versatile layering dies with that beautiful intricate. So you can see everything that is, you know, every layer is a different one. So we'll get you the cutting it out of the card, but also those options of cutting the, you know, like beautiful intricate detail onto the card.
These are two go-to dies to add to your collection. $49.98 your price. If you're a Freedom member, $44.98, that is your delivered price. Take advantage, Freedom members. You get access to exclusive discounts, and you've got your P&P included, your item number 730637. Moving on, we've got another set that is extremely popular. So it's our,
that's your favorite, isn't it?
The
Greek Temple.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it is beautiful. So these ones are the again within the same collection, sort of large layering dies from Tonic. Here you have got the square and the rectangle. The rectangle alternates in the largest sizes here with the straight edges and the scallop. The square is just a straight angles. If you struggle with matting and layering for 8x8 cards, this set is an essential, a must for you, because it will give you that precision, perfect cutting into you know, matting and layering. But also you can go for a very small ones, and again you have got that versatile in there, so you will have got that detail, whether it's the leaf ones or the, you know, Greek inspired, the you know, architectural sort of elements. Perfect for cards for men, but also, you know, I think this one is a perfect matting and layering, an essential again. And also, if you have got the Tonic layering dies, the standard size, these ones will pick up where the other ones end, if you know what I mean. They are not repeated size, but they will work with them.
And a great saving. You're saving £21 here. $49.98 your price. Your item number is 696560. We've also got the ribbon bow and the swirling frame as well. Just to show you now, extremely popular for this one. Again, another massive saving. £21 saving. Love that. $49.98 your price. 674188 your item number for Tonic large layering dies, and they really are very large for your ribbon bow and your swelling frames. Take advantage of the flexi payments too. £24.99 your price, splitting that payment in half. Okay, now we've got more for you too. We got the Stamp Platform Protective Sleeve. So a lot of you invested in the Tim Holtz Stamp Platform, but if you want to protect that, and it is an investment that you want to protect, £14.99, you've got that wonderful Tim Holtz inspired design sleeve, 475826, your item number. It looks good and it serves a purpose. But going back to the boho ladies.
Yes. We are going back to boho, boholand, but it doesn't need to be just bohemian. It can be, you know, exotic places, exotic ladies. It can be, you know, just the girls that you know from the for teenagers. There are so many different people that relate to these images. Now, what I have done here is this is Craft Perfect cardstock that has got a beautiful sort of layer. And what I had done is just put double-sided tape, in any double-sided tape on the back of it, just a few strands, and then I have run it through the machine a couple of times because obviously I have got that beautiful coated card and as well the the backing of the double-sided tape.
Gotcha.
You will know why I have done that beforehand, and you can do that anytime if you want to. But I can see that it has cut through it, perfectly as well.
Just to let you know, we're over 70% of the stock for the Tonic Boho ladies. Now, we've got half an hour left in this show, then Paola's got one more hour later on, but please do not leave it to chance, because if you go maybe tuning back into the latter half of the second show, I cannot guarantee we'll still have these. I'm just giving you fair warning.
Now, with the ribbon and bow set, you also get the large layering die that is the swirling frame. So die cutting using the largest die, and then you get that shape. Now, die cutting it with the second largest, you get that beautiful intricate detail, and then the third one, you get it into a frame. So you kind of put it, that's going to be the frame. Now I'm going to place her through the frame, but I'm not going to run it through but I just put it like so I know how centered she is in there.
Okay.
So like more or less there.
Perfect.
And there it is. Put a low tack tape so it doesn't move, and then take away the frame because we don't need that. That was just a positional guide. Then run it through the tangerine. Now, of course, you can use these dies in other die cutting machines. However, you want to have at least a machine that has got about 6 inches in width, because they are. The height, they are just over 5 inches, and some of them are a little bit under 5 inches in width, but still you need to have that medium size. The smallest one machines wouldn't go.
Just to let you know, we've got queues on our phone lines. I'm sorry if you're stuck in a queue. 2.5-minute queues. I promise we'll try and get through to you as soon as possible. The fastest way to order is on our website, hochanda.com. But really reflecting a lot of you connecting with the boho ladies, and rightly so. As a new release, first release from Tonic this year, what a wonderful collection, so original. I've said it before, and I really stand by this. What I try and do, because I'm building up my own crafty stash at home, I always look for something a little bit different. So if this is something totally new, you get into work, and they work so well with any dies you've got in your existing set. You can tell a story with these.
Yes, you can. So now, in this case, we are going to be using the waist. So we want the aperture. So, and also because we're creating a shaker card. So what we are doing is, this is a piece of acetate. So then what we are going to do is we're going to put double-sided tape. Now, the reason why I'm using double-sided tape for this project is because acetate doesn't like wet glue. So usually you will see me always using the Nubo Deluxe glue, which is my favorite wet glue. But for anything that has got acetate, you need to have a dry adhesive, such as double-sided tape, or spray adhesive as well is sort of dry in the sense that acetate doesn't mind it.
Gotcha.
Okay. Otherwise, the wet glue, any type of wet glue, any type of white glue, or it kind of seeps through. All right. Because it's non-porous. Acetate is non-porous, and therefore there is nowhere to go. So you have to be so careful with wet glue. With it, but double-sided tape is just the right one. So just gonna place it in here. All right. So I have got now the lady. You can see that there is acetate in there. Now I'll take my lady that I have die cut using that beautiful gorgeous perfect cardstock, and then peel off the backing. So you can see that the double-sided has peeled, it has die cut as well. Obviously, it takes some time to make sure that you remove
everything else.
all those bits in there.
Just say we've got details for Ava by herself at the bottom of your screen, $12.99, item number 543250. So if you see any of the boho ladies, you can get all of them, say individually, for $12.99. So if you see one that you just really want one, that's absolutely fine. You can get them individually. Ava's the most popular individually. But what I would say, the real value is in the full collection, and each one of them really has their own strengths and tells their own story, has their own character. So you're saving £17. Take advantage. $34.96, and you've also got a flexi payment option as well. So today your flexi payment is £17 and some change. You're effectively getting the whole set for £17.48. You're getting all four ladies. They stand alone beautifully, but equally if you put them together you can really tell a story. 217739, your item number.
And you know, the thing is that if you like one, you are gonna like all of them, to be honest. But if not only they are beautiful ladies, it's just those accessories dies. Whether it's the beautiful feathers that we are with Ava, that we are having now, whether they are the beautiful butterflies from Mariposa, or the essential flowers from Jasmine or Camellia. Sorry, it takes a little bit of time, but it's important to make sure that I have taken off the... Now, what I wanted to show, just for mass, you know, you can see how I can trim the little hair strands, and there I have got, you know, there is no hair in her face. Now I'm going to go careful, because once that double-sided tape, even if it's not red liner tape, touches the double-sided, it kind of gets stuck in there. You can see there is a little piece in there, and then just carefully just place it around the edges. And again, it's a little bit like a puzzle, but it's just a fun puzzle, like all puzzles are. And there,
that looks stunning.
But we are going to do something really fun. We are going to put some foam pads in the back, and then we are going to put some sparkly bits in there.
Lovely.
So this is just double-sided foam pads that are just in a strip, so I can just make sure that there is no areas without, you know, I don't want to have any leakage in this card. And then we're going to put it in like so. And I'm just going to go in around the areas where there is aperture. I could have gone like that away, actually, but because it's at the top, that's not really a problem. And then for here, I'm just going to make sure that it's going to go like so. And then a little bit in here as well, so it doesn't sink. There is no sinking down.
Gotcha.
All right, so first of all, we are going to put the bag of sequins. And there is so many in here. I love that. This is again great. Carnival, Gatsby, and
it's got the Gatsby about it.
It's just gorgeous. So I'm gonna put that away before I knock it off, and then take my poke tool to remove it. And I can see there is a little gap in there, but just gonna put that one in so there is no gap.
Nice.
So, and then just remove the backing of the double-sided foam pads, and okay, and there. Now just that last one. And then what I'm going to do, because I have got a piece of card that has been die cut exactly with the same die, which is from the large layering dies, the swirling frame, the ribbon and bow. Just make sure that it matches. Press it down. And
wow, that looks so good.
It does, doesn't it?
That really does look great.
Look at her. With glitter on her face,
Paola,
like I had.
Come on.
Well, I have to say, this is Karen from the design team, Karen Rowland. Just great designers we have got in the Tonic team who make absolutely beautiful cards and help us prepare the demos. so we can share all the different styles and talents in the crafting world with you at home. So then the same die cutter with the same die, and then score it just at the top about 1 inch, and then you glue that bit on the front, so that way it sits, it's like a tent card.
Yeah.
So when you put it, well, when it dries, when I hold it together, it will sit there.
That is stunning.
Using the dies that are included, and let me show you how, you know, this is the die, the, you know, Ava, and then it has got all these little feather dies, as well as this absolutely stunning peacock feather. So you can see the peacock feather, how gorgeous it is, and die cut it out of, again, a Craft Perfect pearlescent card. And I believe this one is called peacock feather, but I don't know, it comes in a set, so I'm not sure the name of the set. You can place it over. Now,
this is a lavish inspiration. It's stunning.
Lavish inspiration. I like that word. Yeah. Well, you know, parties, make a birthday party, you know, fancy dressing.
Yeah.
You know, in Spain, fancy dressing, it starts in just the 4 days before Lent. It's called the Carnavales.
Yeah.
And it's a tradition, and everybody fancy dresses. And, you know, and it's just every village has got like floats passing by, and it's 4 days, 4 or 5 actually, days of just before Lent.
Yeah.
That
sounds nice. What would you normally dress up as?
Oh, I have dressed as many things. You know, the most random one was that I dressed as a star.
As a star?
Yeah, so I was dressed all in black.
Star, yeah?
No, not really. It's just like I dressed all in black, which is very usual for me. Yeah. But then I had like a cut a shape of a star.
So our producer Nikki, you know, she likes to dress up as well, and she was saying that her best costume, she went as with a friend. It was a duo, Rod Hull and Emu, and she was Emu.
I don't know who they are.
Oh, okay. It's classic TV. There, but good. We've got to get a picture. Got to get a picture.
Right, and then I'm going to go with the glitter accent. There.
Oh yes.
And then a little bit in there as well. Just to add a little bit something.
Stunning.
And by the way, this is one of the dies as well from the set, but I just decided to put her just Grace in there.
That is beautiful, really beautiful, and you could be making something like this. All part of our fantastic Tonic Boho Ladies. You're saving £17, and you've got 4 of the most beautiful leading ladies. They're going to add the star factor, the wow factor to any project you do, and this is what you're going to be working with. So you've got all 4 ladies here. You can buy them individually, but the real saving is part of the collection. You're saving £17, each one telling the story. As you go through, you can really see that they've got their own personalities. There's Ava, there's Camille, you've also got Jasmine, and then you've got Mary Poser as well. So, and also something to note, they all come with individual elements too, so I'll go through that. I'll show you when we look at them real time. If you just want to use the ladies by themselves, I'm going to pick up Mary Poser. Now, have a look at this. So, really strong image, beautiful, beautiful ladies, all 3 of them. So if you're looking to make a card, and the beauty is you add a sentiment, this could be for any occasion, but the point I wanted to make, you see these butterflies, you can just use, you can fussy cut out, and you can just use these butterflies by themselves on another project. So you've got that scope. But equally, now just looking, same lady, fantastic Mary Poser, transforming her. Look at the different looks. So I like this one, but then suddenly we've gone in a totally different direction, and it's quite striking how, with the gilded hair, she's got a totally different look now. Or maybe you wanted to go for something with a bit more of a 60s vibe. So here, to me, I'm getting, and this is using as an easel card. Oh, having a look there. Cool, right? Really like that. Or what about this? If you want a bit more subtle, more pastel notes, transforming it again. Or if you wanted to embrace, and again, an easel card. The easel card die is stunning. We have got that on the show. And then, same image, same lady, totally different look. So that's our Mary Poser, and she is strong. She's a beautiful, beautiful character, and that's the best way to describe them. They are all characters. Going to Camille here. So I like them all. I genuinely like them all. If it was me, I would want to go for the collection because I wouldn't want to miss out, because you can go for them individually, but working together. That is such a strong image. Really nice profile image. So this is one look. If you just wanted, now you heard me mentioning before, if you just wanted to use the flowers on a card, you've got that scope. So you're getting your value for money. But then if you wanted to transform the look, same die, same lady, different feel. And again here, same die, same beautiful lady, different feel. So now we've gone a bit more vintage. Or what about this? Same die, having a look here, same die, totally different feel. But this is actually a good point. I wanted to show this one. So this is your Camilla. This is working with a different, so an existing die you have in your collection, and they really showcase how well they all, and this is reflective of all the dies you're seeing in the ladies' collection, how well they work with your existing dies. All right, now we've got more for you. So this, we've just seen two of the ladies. We're going to move on to Ava. So you can just see Ava working with the, now, easel die creator that we've got on the show. So she's just got this wonderful, she can be, you can have that sort of mystical Native American sort of dream catcher feel, or you can go a more 1920s flapper girl. The movement that you're getting of the hair, you can fussy cut these out and use the peacock feathers individually. What about mixed media projects? So now we've gone from 1920s to just a beautiful mixed media project. Or if you wanted to go ethereal, mystical, taking it here. So a different feel, different look. Or maybe you wanted to embrace that sort of, like I say, Dreamcatcher, Native America feel. So this is Ava. Totally, I mean, I like this one. Easy to do, to paper piece, to colour. Maybe you want to go a bit softer, more pastel, more muted colours. Just as effective, just as striking. So you can see that all from Ava on your screen right now. We've still got one more lady to show you. So I'm going to be moving on to our final beautiful boho lady, and this is Jasmine. So Jasmine, an important point that Paola made a bit earlier on. With Jasmine, you can, by snipping the hair. Now, this is using Jasmine on a box. Very simple. This is Jasmine in a simplest form. So she's got these wonderful flowers, a bit of layering up, using the silver and some glitter card. Very elegant, very striking. But if you snip away the hair, suddenly you can make Jasmine possibly into a younger girl. Or if you want to embrace the Oriental feel, you've got that scope here as well. And you can add colour to them. So Tonic are so intelligent, and they are crafters. So anything Tonic bring you, they bring you from a crafting perspective. So they always think, as crafters, how can we give you maximum value for money and maximum versatility? So if you want to introduce colour, just the lightest hint of rouge, working with the reds, you've got a wonderful feel. And that is a powerful look. Or if you want to take in a different direction, you can do that. Same die, but you see how changing the colourways, you really do transform the feel. And that is something across the board with all our fantastic Tonic boho ladies. So £34.96 your price. You can break that down into two flexi payments of £17.48. 217-739 your item number there. Now, we mentioned we've got some fantastic layering dies. Take a look at this. So this is our ribbon bow and our swirling frames. They are big. I can't stress that enough. These are big, big die sets. They are nested, and you can do so much with them. £49.98, you're saving £21. 674-188, your item number there. We got more for you as well. We've got the Greek temple for you. So take a look at this. So it's your Greek temple and your English picnic. You're getting 28 dies in total. You're saving £21, and these are big dies. But not only that, they're dies that you will use. If you're looking to create that matte and layer, these are your friend. £24.99 your price. If you're looking to break up the payment into two flexi payments, 696-560, your item number. We've got one more to show you. This is your easel creator and your Victorian layering die. That confused me. 34 dies in total. £49.98 your price. 730-637 your item number. I'm so impressed with the easel creator.
Yes,
because it's something
fabulous.
To be able to create easel dies so quickly.
So quickly and so intricate, and with all that detail as well. It is one of those sets. And the Victorian large layering frame as well is absolutely fabulous. So I'm using now here Camellia, which is the beautiful profile lady, and I have die cut her using the gorgeous brown cardstock, and I'm going to make it, you know, and look at that.
All you've done there is just on some brown cardstock, just cut out, and that to me looks stunning without doing anything else.
Anything else.
Wow.
So if you wanted, again, responding to mask, if you wanted to trim those lines, you could. Although in here, I think it's more like the cheek, you know, so it gives a little bit. So I think in this case, it really would lose some detail if you did that.
Just to let you know, we have got queues on our phone lines, and they are considerable, actually. We've got 4-minute queues. I'm so sorry if you're stuck in the queue. Right now, the fastest way to order is online, hochanda.com. We've only got another 5-6 minutes left on this show. Paola's got one more show afterwards. I cannot guarantee that the boho ladies will last that hour. So if you want to go for the boho ladies, now's the time to do it, because we are rapidly approaching limited stock. Giving you fair warning.
Now, if you want to color in as well, if you prefer alcohol markers, like the Nuvo markers, you can do that as well. Now, I love coloring in dyes. It's actually one of my favorite things to do, because it's just, you have got that sort of pool of, you know, you cannot go over the line. And if you are using, for instance, glitter markers or something like that has got a sparkle, and then it would show through the little line, the brown, you can always die cut a second piece and stick it on top of it. And therefore you have got a brand new clean one, if you know what I mean. So I'm just coloring in the details first and here, and then I'm just gonna leave the white of the eye, and then I'm gonna go with the larger, broader nib for the largest areas in there. So you can see how you can color them really quickly if you want to.
The ladies' Paola, in my mind, they're fantastic for card making, but they also scream for mixed media and for artwork for the home.
They do.
And what I would like to do with them is maybe 5x5 canvases, use them individually, and then hang them up as a collection.
Oh yeah, they do. That will work so well. So I'm just adding a little bit of shading here and there, just to have a little, you know, like wherever there should be a little bit of shade. I'm not, you know, going too careful, but just you can see how suddenly it's. I'm gonna blend it in a little bit better in the cheeks, and then I'm gonna go with the little. I'm gonna go for a little bit of a cheek. So I'm going to go with the pink, the lighter pink, and my glass mat, and then pick it up in there. And then I just a little bit.
Nice.
Yeah, you cannot see it on the glass mat, but you can see it there. All right, and you can make it, because if I went right with the pink, it might have been too strong. And you know, that's how I like it. If I'll show you what. If I go like this.
It's a bit strong, yeah.
It can be a little bit strong. I can although blend it a little bit more. But that's why I did it.
Paola, just looking at this, the way the character is brought to life just with the dye is quite profound. I'm really impressed by that.
It's just beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah. And then adding to the colour is the simplest thing in the world. So alcohol markers or any water-based markers,
watercolor pencils, whatever you have got at home, whatever is your favourite medium to colour. Obviously, depending on the medium, you know, you will have some. You will have to choose cardstock that will work for watercolor and so on. But you know, you have got the ability to do all that. You know, to color whatever way you like. Now, you also can pick and choose which part of the die you are die cutting. Now, I just wanted the leaves in here. So what I would do is I just trim those leaves around it, and then fussy cut with a darker color, and then I have got these ones.
Nice.
So then start giving them a little bit of color, and those leaves, it's just a little bit of dimension. I like to leave them a little bit glue on the bottom, but let the tips of the leaves hang, you know, coming off a little bit, so that way it's kind of a more movement, more shape.
See, this highlights the point beautifully when I say that Tonic as a company bring you dies and stamps created by crafters for crafters. So, so much thought's gone in, so they're thinking, breaking it down. If you did want a fussy cut out, they've given you easy cut points to do that.
See, I kind of see, because I wanted to show that it was bothering me. That's just kind of blended it a little bit more, and then blended it in, and then I'm gonna go in. Now, with the camellia, you are getting 4 flower dies, so they are this sort of shape. Die cut them with different colors and shape them a little bit. So you can have them different sizes, so you can see it like that. So we are going to glue them together, and it kind of works well with hot glue, so it kind of stands nice and proud. And that is really quick and easy how you can make these gorgeous cards. It's just so, I'll kind of change that one because that, okay. And then just to finish it off, I have got these matting and layering cards that, you know, so it's one of the original layering dies, large layering dies. So just going to put glue on the back.
Stunning.
And then we are going to put...
Sister, what a lovely thing.
Or niece,
yeah.
It could be my niece, well, my niece in 20 years,
aunt,
just 5 years.
Aunt, or it could be anything. Just going to go through, so you are getting a collection here of 4 of the most beautiful characters. So there are leading ladies. Take a look at the boho ladies here. So we've got Jasmine coming through, who is stunning, but it's the details, the little elements you can use by themselves. Or maybe our Camilla, who we've just been working with, and then we've got
Camilla,
Eva,
and Eva. This is
Eva,
the you know, boho chick going into the festival.
I'm just going through now. I've got to stop here, unfortunately, because there we go, popping that down. Paola, thank you so much. When are you back on next?
At 4 o'clock.
Tune in at 4. Spend some more time with these ladies. Make sure to check out your baskets.
Hi, I'm Matthew Palmer, a professional artist with the SAA, the UK's largest and friendliest art community. The SAA exists to inform, encourage and inspire all who want to paint, and that's exactly what you'll learn to do with me as your teacher. As a self-taught artist of 30 years ago, I know the challenges of a white piece of paper and learning how to paint. But with me, Hochanda and the SAA, I'll show you how easy watercolour painting really is. I'm here on Hochanda because I want to show you my watercolour painting techniques, and I want to get you over that white paper fear and get you started and develop your watercolour painting. So whether you're a beginner or an advanced artist, I've got some fantastic watercolour techniques that will get you started and take you even further on your watercolour journey. So join me, Matthew Palmer, for my shows on Hochanda.
Hi, my name's Leona. I've been into crafting for many years now. As a little girl, I'd craft for mum and dad, but then obviously it stuck with me that much that it became my career. I think for me, crafting's so fun because there's always something new to learn, there's always something new to play with, and it's such a rewarding hobby as well. That's why I absolutely love it and recommend it to so many people. I'm really thrilled to be part of the Hochanda family. Really excited about seeing how it's grown, seeing how it's developed so far, and all the brand new things that I know we've got coming up. I'm really passionate about getting back into demonstrating on TV as well, and actually sharing techniques with you, products with you that I personally love. I hope you can tune into my shows here live at Hochanda.
Hi, I'm Jo from the Beat Hut. We're a family-run business for about 14 years now, and we supply jewellery making components. My passion is chainmail, and we make all our own rings here in Essex for you to create some wonderful designs. We've got all levels of kits from beginners, intermediate and advanced, and we hope that we will share your journey with you and inspire you in a brand new craft. Come and join us, start something new at Hochanda.
Hello there, there, and welcome back. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so that can mean only one thing. We're back with our one-day special, and what a stonking one-day special it is. Yes. We had loads of fun at 9 o'clock this morning.
Really did enjoy it, and loads of emails. Thank you very much. Wonderful response from people buying it and people wanting to know about it, so thank you.
Okay, she's doing a brilliant job. I'm going to see more of Louise and her demonstrations in a little while, but before we do that, we need to tell you about the one-day special in case you've not seen it before. And this is a brilliant value bundle. I mean, instantly, the 6 bottles that you can see here, you can get hold of those on the website, and by all means, go and have a little look, have a look at your research, and you'll find those on sale at £32.99, which means that everything else in the bundle is coming to you for £3. And this is incredible, because we've seen so many different ways of working with all of this.
Oh, it's so versatile. Once you've got this, it's the only... it's a bit twee, but the only thing that stops you is your imagination when you've got this.
And it's a bundle not to be frightened of, because when you look at this, you might be a little bit scared as to what you can do with it. But you've shown us using it as watercolours, using it in mixed media. We're going to be talking about stamping with it, using it in your card making. So many different ways.
It's bridging that gap. So making sure that people, art materials are used in a craft way and craft materials used in an art way. So.
And it's kind of, we were talking about sometimes when you're crafting, you kind of, I'm not saying you get stuck in a rut, but if you're a card maker, you might think to yourself, oh, I can't do mixed media. But if we can kind of show you a halfway point between the two, maybe you will make that step across.
Yeah, and this is just a little journaling page I did, and it's using it, as we're going to see now, the inks turned into a chalk paint.
That's a nice idea, because of course the difference that you've got with those colours, well, it depends on so many different samples here.
I've got a great team, thank you guys.
Yeah, we must say a big thank you to the design team, because
amazing.
They've come up with some brilliant pieces. And again here, seeing it as that chalk paint.
Yes. And then that's the chalk paint, you've got the in the background, and then you've got the inks used on transparencies.
So the exact same colours, but different look.
Totally different. And then, you know, you look at this one's especially good to see the chalk paint in action.
Look at that.
With it's totally different look to what you
certainly does.
Yeah.
Absolutely loads of different ways you can be using this. So whether you're going to be using it in the acrylic base that it is, and you've got your primaries there, so you know obviously you've got your colour spectrum that builds out from that. Then the next 3 that we've got, in this one we've got the yellow ochre, we've got the black and we've got the white in here. What are we going to be using these 3 for?
Well, the yellow ochre it's often overlooked by people, but it's one of the colours, it knocks other colours back, but it makes the most perfect greens.
So does it take kind of the brightness away a little bit? Just takes the edge off it?
And it also, if you put it next to it and not over it, just by having it adjacent to it, it tones it down.
Okay.
That's a great effect.
Clever technique.
Yeah.
Black, that's going to make the colour a little bit darker?
Tones and shades with both of these, so if you think that, you know, each time you add a little bit more of the colour, it's going to get darker or lighter.
Okay.
So it's infinite.
Because obviously we were talking water-based earlier on, but by adding water doesn't lighten the colour necessarily.
No.
It kind of gives it more of a transparency.
It does. You can use it as a watercolour until it sort of dries, and then it becomes permanent, as we said. So.
Lovely. What have we got in this magic pot here?
That's gel medium, extra thick gel medium, and that you can use to glue, collage, transfer, stencil, paint, everything. You can use it in all of your work. Your watercolours, it becomes a glaze.
Okay.
So it's not just a one-trick pony, it's for everything.
Love it. Magic ingredient. You'll be able to do loads with that. Then you've got your white acrylic marker with this. Now, incidentally, these 2 items that we're looking at here, you can't get hold of them on their own now. You can only get hold of them within the one-day special. So that white marker pen, I picked up a couple of little bits and pieces. Oh, there you go. Perfect way of illustrating how you can use this. Regularly, we see Leonie using these white markers as well to add little accents, little dots and little highlights. Yeah. And you can see they're featuring on here. And also, I like this idea as well, a little bit of Zen doodling. Yeah.
That's when you're doing my mindfulness, when we've got this Facebook group, and this is like when I get 10 minutes out, we do mindful little challenges, and that's one of them. We all need 10 minutes out, you need to give yourself that.
Definitely. And it's surprising where you find yourself drifting off to and you start getting creative with that.
You feel really good when you've done it. I personally feel it a great benefit. So.
And then you've got this little pot here. Well, it's not a pot, it's a tube. And this is a pewter finish, which is gorgeous. If I tilt that just to the side, hopefully you'll be able to pick up on that gorgeous pearlescent that you've got in there. That is beautiful. What can we use this for?
You can use it as a paint, you can water it down as a watercolour, you can use it as a gilding finish. It's just beautiful. It transforms some paints into iridescent colours.
Kind of gives like a two-tone effect, doesn't it?
Does.
Just trying to find on some of the
sometimes it's over the top, some of the colours, but then when you add that to it, it just takes... I'll just grab this, sorry.
That's the one I was looking for.
You can just see it on the edge. I've put it the bright colours, but if you just see the edge, if you do your wiggle it,
there you
just
go. You've got that little bit of wiggle there. You can see you've almost got that... it's like a two-tone effect, you know, when you get that sheen on there, but you don't lose the original colour.
No, it's like a veil.
Yes, that's a good way of putting it.
Like a veil over the top. You can see the colours through it, muted down, but it doesn't lose its vibrant.
Beautiful.
And just to clarify, they're only the 3 colours. They're only the colours. So all those colours are made from these.
Brilliant. Shows the versatility, because of course the primaries in there gives you those stepping stones to build all sorts.
Absolutely.
Now, if you want to get hold of your one-day special, you're in very good company. It's been an incredibly popular one-day special. A third of the stock has gone. 729,637 being the item number. £35.99. £19 saving on this one up until 6 o'clock this evening. Now, we had a very, very busy hour at 9 o'clock this morning, and we did have some sellouts, but we've been on the phones, and lots of you have already jumped onto the website and seen what I am about to tell you. But we had the transfer medium and the tracing paper, and we've got it back in stock. We've got a slightly extended delivery on this one. It's just 1 day extra, just so we can get those all together. But yeah, this is brilliant, and we're going to see this in action. We didn't have a chance at 9 o'clock because it went so quickly.
Well, this is a tracing paper, good quality. It's got a double grain, so when you tear it, it tears straight both ways. You can emboss with it, so your parchment people, instead of using expensive, they can try it on this.
Ooh.
You can use your inks, your embossing, your pencils.
These kind of results.
That's throwing paint on, and then I just embossed over it. But there's the little flowers that you can use it on.
This is
so these pencils, pens, all the stuff that you've got at home you can use, and they are quite nice. I mean, when you start embossing them and curling them up and layering them, you get some really nice effects with them. But this is just a regular embossing tool.
Do like that, just in the centre there, just
getting it's just playing
highlights.
Just to show you that you can, you know, it goes white. It's not as good as your parchment, because it's not made for that, but it has the same qualities. But then you can make it into your own graphite paper, your own tracing paper, and then transfer images on top.
Well, transfer images, this is a bit that kind of pricks up my ears, because I know I've worked with transfer medium in the past on fabrics, where I've taken photographs and transferred them over onto a fabric. We can do that kind of thing with this?
Absolutely. Brilliant. But you can do it with paper as well. And just to explain that the tracing paper you can print on, and then transfer images onto that using the medium, so you get a real lovely transient sort of lovely colour blends through. It's really soft and gentle. It's quite nice.
Looking forward to seeing that in action. If you want to get hold of yours, it's been very, very popular again during this hour. We have limited quantities of these available again, but 898-164 being your item number. You're saving £8 on that bundle, and incidentally, you can't get hold of that transfer medium on its own. You need to be getting it with that bundle, but at £17.99 is a really affordable bundle. The next bundle we're going to show you as well, it went crazy for this at 9 o'clock, and this is brilliant. We've got 3 different elements featuring in here as well. Again, look at that for a tub of gesso.
It's amazing, and it's really good, thick quality. It covers really, 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 really well, and it's got substance to it so that you can use it to stencil, and it still keeps its height.
So it doesn't kind of flatten out, it keeps its form.
It doesn't
like
level.
That idea.
Yeah,
brilliant.
And it's very strong.
Fabulous as a base as well to add your own colours in.
Yeah, but it's also good as a medium to add to your inks, which I'm going to show you, to create a chalk paint.
Wonderful. Now, this tub here, I was absolutely smitten with this tub. When I first saw this and I saw the name Pearl Medium, I instantly thought, oh, I'm going to use that to turn any of my paints into a pearlescent finish, but that's not the case. No. Take the lid off this and hopefully you'll be able to see. You've got little tiny spheres in here, clear spheres that are going to add almost like an element of gems with these, and we'll show you exactly how those work. It's a white paste, but it does dry clear, so you can actually change the colour of that if you want to. But can you see those kind of little lumpy bits in there? I can't find a video different way of describing it to you. Well, when you actually work with that and pop it down, perhaps through a stencil, as you can see here, those little tiny spheres will become apparent, as you can see there. It dries clear.
Some of them are a little still damp, but that's it mixed. You can just see the very bottom there. There's that's the one. That's not dried yet.
So I'm not going to stick my finger in it again because I did that at 9 o'clock.
Yeah, you can see how it sort of transforms, and then this is mixed with the ink, and then you get the same. And I've used the inks on top to create a gilded, like a wax. It's not a wax. It's just to gild it, to highlight it.
I love it. And that kind of texture that you can see there, it's almost like you've got little micro beads that have been mixed in with it. But because you've got that colour, perhaps from your one-day special, that's coloured that paste, the paste changes colour, but the little spheres don't. That's why it's proved to be so popular. And as you can see there, just a little dusting over the top of that pewter gives it a little highlight, as you can see there. It's almost like a gilding polish, isn't it?
It is. And then the background at the top, you can see I've put it into the background.
So you just literally rubbed it on.
And then further down I've put it on top with some of the others, but it's sort of on top and below, so you can just see it picking it up.
I love that. 80% of the stock of that bundle has gone. Hopefully we'll get to see that in action a little bit later on as well, so I do expect those percentages to change. And we haven't even mentioned the fact that you are going to get your paint shapers in here as well. I love the idea that you said without destroying your paintbrushes, because that's what we often find, isn't it, when we're working with these mediums, that it does have an effect. But these have got silicone tips on them.
Yeah, and you hear people say don't use a good brush.
Yeah.
And masking fluid is brilliant. You can draw with it, you can use it in your polymer clay, you can use it to actually scrape out with all the things that you do want to use a brush, but they say don't.
Yeah.
That's what these are for.
Like that idea.
Yeah.
So if you fancy getting hold of all three of those tools, along with your gesso and along with your fabulous pearl medium, for £26.99. And incidentally, the pearl medium, that's the only way you can get hold of that as well. And I think there's a gesso as well, you can't get on its own either. 110-710 being the item number if you wanted to get hold of that. Now, before we head down to the demo area, I just need to tell you a little bit more about the next bundle as well. And this is brilliant. Thick ring effect. We didn't get a chance to chat about this one at 9 o'clock.
This is a medium that if you've got an ink like we've got in the one-day special and you want to give it a bit more substance, I use a tiny bit of this. It looks like cottage cheese, actually.
Should we have a look?
Yeah, it looks quite strange, and it sort of sticks to itself.
Oh, okay.
It's like slime, in a nice way, not in a bad way, but and it thickens so that you can see brush marks, and so you've got a glaze, but you can see the brush marks that they retain those marks in it. But it keeps the colour. As water can dilute the colour, all these mediums make sure that the colour stays vibrant and strong.
There you go. Not only are you getting that, though, you are getting your 3 additional paints. And we were talking about these, using them as different styles of gilding polish again, or gilding wax.
And don't be put off by the size, because I have got seriously a passion for these, and I can't use them.
Tiniest amount you were using,
sort of blob. And then just to show you that one of them, the white one, if you see there's a little silver can you see there's a little on the other side? Turn it round. Can you see that?
On there, yes, sorry.
Right, and that means it's an interference one.
Oh, so that's where you're going to get that pearlescent finish.
That's where it looks white, but then you'll get different interferences, so there's different colours, and that one's the silver one. So in one light it'll look one way, and another light it'll catch another one. And it's a really lovely thing, especially on black.
Nice. And then, of course, you've got that gorgeous gold effect that you can see with that one there. Again, the shimmer in there.
They might look bright, but honestly, they're not garish.
Beautiful. And then you've got your coppery tones there as well. So these are kind of the warmer versions of the pewter that we've got within the one-day special.
They all work together, and you can mix these with anything that you've got and create metallic, sort of shimmery paints.
Brilliant. Now, if you fancy getting hold of those, 121561, £14.99. Really affordable set again. And all of the elements that we're going to be working with, you'll be able to find on the website. Lou is brilliant at explaining all the different elements that we've got, and we spoke of earlier on. I think you should be able to find the link now on my Facebook page for Lou's Facebook group, where you can further extend your skills. There's lots of support on there, and we must say a big thank you as well to the design team as well. We mentioned some of the names earlier on at 9 o'clock, but you know who you are. Little stars, each and every one of you.
Brilliant.
What are we up to?
Right, well, so would you like me to show you how to stamp and paint and stuff?
Oh, that's an idea, because we were touched on this, because I asked the question, can you actually stamp with these paints in the one-day special? Pretty much the answer to every question that we've put to you is yes.
Well, it is. It's like we were saying about it, your imagination, and people do ask me the question, can you? And I just say, well, try it.
Yeah.
You know, at the end of the day, it's a piece of paper or...
And you're using the tiniest amount. I mean, each of those bottles has got droppers on there, which gives you an indication that you only need a tiny amount. But you didn't even pick up a dropper full, it was just a little tiny dot from the tip. Now, look at this. Wow.
You can see how that's serious, wobbling it, but that's serious because normally it'd be quite runny and all over.
Yes.
My tip is please keep that away, especially from someone like me. Keep that away because I like throwing it around. And it's easy to contaminate your paint, so keep that away from it, and I use the lid or a little pot. I always stay. Okay. So as you can see, it's quite easy to... it's quite easy to keep its shape. Oh gosh, yeah, as you're running the tool through there. Yeah, and I'm using a silicone tool because it's really easy to apply with this. It's like a really thick cream. Exactly. Yeah. And you can do, just to show you, you know, you can actually paint with it if you want. People forget that you can paint with it, and you can get, I'll just make sure I'm in the right place for everybody. That's spot on. And you can see I'm actually painting with it. So you can do that, but you can also carve with it. So I can now leave that to dry. You can do anything. And that would stay in that formation then? It'll drop tiny bit because it loses the water, so it's going to shrink a tiny bit, but it wouldn't be anything that you'd really notice. Okay. So then, as you can see, there's no contamination and it just wipes off. Nice and easy. The tiny one has a really small tip, and you can use that for really small details. 3 different sizes in with that particular bundle. We've got the details up on your screen if you're after those. So, I'm going to move that because I know what I'm going to do. I'll stick my fingers in it, I can tell you. It's usually fingers or elbows or something like that. Everything. So I'm going to show you that, you know, sometimes people forget that gesso's not just a primer. You can use it for your stencils. So, you know, you've got, say you might not have all the tools or all the, you know, money to buy everything, and you want to get a little bit of structure in it, and you can't afford paint, whatever, you can still use this. So this is where you're kind of using that gesso almost as a texture paste. Absolutely. So it's kind of ticking a second box then, another style of personality to it. I'm not. Oh, look at that, yeah. I'm not. I don't want big. I just want little bits of area that are going to. And the more you put on, the better. I mean, obviously, if you've got a big, there's one. I'll show you with that as well. So is this going to dry with a matte finish to it? Yes, this is, because it's a chalk one. So, and then I can scrape that off of one and I'll show you if you put... I always say it's better... A lot of the time with these stencils, especially when they're like mine, they bump up. You need to keep them flat so they don't seep. So the easiest way is to load up and just do... Nice wide spatula. One sweep. And that's it. And you get a much better. That, yes, yeah. And then sometimes you clean it off, and sometimes that clean off is even nice. So that's how I do mine, but I'll just show you now the next step. And I noticed you wiping your stencil, so is it important for us to perhaps pop things into a bowl of water or something like that with it? I do. Yeah. I do. I don't, as you can see, they're perfectly clean, not. But I tend to this is a working tool, so I tend to, if it was an thick acrylic paint, I would clean it straight away. Okay. So we've got that. So now I think, well, I quite like that, but I don't want just white. So you pick a colour, Hayla. Oh, can we go for? Oh, let's go. We use the red. What about the yellow? Okay. So now we used the red and we used the blue earlier on, didn't we? So let's try a bit of the yellow. So you can actually mix with the silicone tools again. So if you want to just put that much. Okay, so just decant a bit onto your mouth. And you can see, because with the silicone tools, you're not wasting loads. It's actually all on there. Then my advice is please always just give these a shake, because you need to make sure that all the pigments are dispersed throughout. And just to go back to this, it's really important that Talens and Amsterdam have family colours, so anything that's red, the pens, the inks, all of the reds, you know, they're one family. And if you'll see the mediums in the One Day Special and the rest have got a green band, that means they're another family. And it also shows you what you can use there. Now, I'm going to be awkward. I chose yellow, but if I wanted more of a greeny yellow, we can do that, because we've got the blue in there as well, haven't we? Yeah. We've got the 3 colours that make every other colour. And all the colours, we used this before, this was self-mixing. That was just spraying and squirting. And we actually did some samples last night, and we popped them in a frame just to show people that work, once you put that in a frame, suddenly it takes in a whole different...
It's amazing when you just finish it off in a frame. And this just started off just as kind of like almost like a doodle with paint.
Just a sample, just a sample, and the other one's got a more greeny feel. And there's one, and it really has taken on the look of like planets.
Well, that's it, and these are absolutely incredible, all the different variants that you can get. And of course, because you've got all those primary colours in there with your tones as well, it means you can get some incredible effects with those.
You can't plan them. You have to let them happen.
They just evolve, don't they? Yeah.
You have to let them happen. So anyway, we've got our yellow. I'm going to move that gesso again because I will have that everywhere. I certainly will. Now, always start with less.
Okay.
And then move on to more. You can add and add and add. But to lighten something, I need more and more white. So it's impossible to do so. I've just used a blob.
Okay. Just mixing that in.
Now, that's one blob.
Wow.
And that's quite a strong yellow. If I just show you there, it's quite strong. But now I've got a chalk paint.
Look at that.
So if I wanted to now, and it dries really fast, so I've got a chalk paint, I can add more. And in your kit, you've got this amazing colour that people overlook, and it is the ochre. And it's one of the best colours because you add this colour to anything, and it just creates a whole new... It sort of like darkens, but very subtly.
Very subtly. Oh, look at that. That's brilliant. Now, we have had an email come through from Natalie Harris. If you've got any questions that you'd like to ask, incidentally, it's studio@hochanda.com. That's how you get in touch. And Lou is such an inspiration to everybody. And Natalie's saying, Lou, a massive thank you, because watching your demonstrations has got her motivated again. She lost her mojo. Lost her mojo a bit, and seeing your demos has got her kind of crafty juices flowing again.
She's such a lovely lady. She's beautiful. Thank you so much, because all those comments, they really... In fact, I get all wobbly, and I'm sorry, but all those comments, they keep me going, because that's what it's about.
Well, this is the thing that's chatting to you before we even started the 9 o'clock show this morning, the passion that you can see in that you've got in these products and in art itself, but also getting people to experiment and have a go and believe in yourself over it as well.
That's
and
more
a little tiny spark can grow into literally a towering inferno with regards to craft once you get going.
Well, it's very lonely sat there on your own, and if you know you've got a support network that will say, actually, why don't we all have a go at this?
Yes.
It's so much more. It just gives you confidence, support, backup, and you know that even if people don't like it, we're not allowed to say a bad thing because it only can be constructive.
Oh, that's nice. See, I like that.
So now that's just the gesso.
And it's just toned it down from that whiteness.
And, and what I've done, it's not white, because if you look, the white paper, the whiteness of the paper and the yellow. Yeah. So all that is from 2 blobs of colour.
Incredible.
We've got the tones going on. Now, if we leave that to dry, I'll show you another technique that we can do.
Are we best to leave that to air dry rather than encourage it with a heat gun or something like that?
Well, I tend to do a lot of stuff at night and then leave it to dry overnight. But I found that this does bubble a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's quite common.
It's quite nice.
Can add to it.
It's quite nice, and it doesn't really harm it that much. So just to explain that we've got this now as a series of chalk paints. They are permanent though, because you've got the resin base. And just to show, sorry for leaning over.
No, not at all. No, don't apologise.
Are the gel mediums in similar, and we've got a gesso here. I've got to check out one. There's one gesso, but this is here we go. This one is the gesso mixed with a little bit of the gel medium matte. So you can mix them all together.
Okay.
And then I've got this beautiful matte colour.
Now, those gel mediums, we've got a variety of different options with regards to those, depending on which one you're wanting to go for. We did sell, we did sell out. We got very close to it selling out, but it's still available at the moment. So do make sure you get a hold of those. And these are brilliant because, again, they hold their form. But look at that blue. Again, the blue from your one-day special incorporated in with that, and it gives you that result.
Yeah, you can buy separate colours, but it's nice to know what you can do with the colours.
Now you're going to get 250 ml with these. It's the heavy gloss which is the one that's most vulnerable. It's still very vulnerable, so if that was your preference, then again, do make sure you get hold of it as soon as you possibly can. There's lots of different versions. You've got mattes in there as well, and there's all sorts.
But you start with the heavy, and it's really important because then you can water that down, and that will show you the gel medium in its most. But then there's the flat in the background. You can just see, you're really good at wiggling this. You can just see there's flat matte, and then there's the gloss. And when you mix them, you've got this tone on tone. And that's what I like about artwork. Sometimes you really have to look at it. You know, or stamping. This is artwork. I don't believe there's craft work and artwork there's any difference.
No, that's very, very true. You're going to collect all of these as time goes on. And now, if you wanted to get hold of whichever you want to go for, obviously, as I said before, if you wanted to go for the gloss one, that's the one that's the most vulnerable at the moment. Freedom members, £10.79. It really is a brilliant time to be a Freedom member, especially when shows like this, when you're adding in all those different bits and pieces, because the post and packing starts creeping up there. Well, as soon as you start getting to that £6 mark with your post and packing, definitely check out the Freedom membership, because if you get hold of this for £6.97, you've got a whole calendar month of unlimited standard delivery. You've got discounts just as we saw there with that gel medium, and you've got things like your monthly newsletter giving you a little bit of an idea of what's coming up over the following month, and also you get a little bit of insight into behind the scenes. I think we've got an interview with Yanis. If it's not been released yet, it'll be coming to you very, very soon. 88888, that's the item number for you to add in your Freedom membership, and you can do that at the same time as checking out your basket. So take advantage of it instantly, which means that you can take advantage of that gel medium and that discount, bringing it down to £10.79. But the core of the show is our one-day special, and this is a brilliant deal. As we explained earlier, the 6 bottles that we've got here, where you need the tiniest amount, the colour is so concentrated with these, they're really going to last and last and last. Now, you've got your primary colours to start with, so of course, building up from those, you can get all your different shades of purples and greens. You've got your yellows in there as well. So there's lots of ways you can mix these up to make those colour wheel colours, but then you can go on from that and using your tones and your shades that you've got from the behind here with that yellow ochre, with the black and also the white, to change the tonal effect that you're getting with those colours. So again, extending that colour spectrum to such a wide, diverse range. But then you've got your mediums as well. So you've got that fabulous heavy gloss medium. This is brilliant. It's going to allow you to mix those colours in. You can use it in its own right if you're wanting to, and use it almost as the resist and colour around it, but it is a brilliant base, and a little does go a long way with that. Then you've got your acrylic marker, so if you're wanting to add your accents, maybe just highlight certain areas, you can do that with this too. And then that fabulous pewter acrylic paint, this is brilliant. A little really does go a long way, and you can see there all that fabulous pearl shine in there. It's a really classy look, I have to say, and you can use it in the same way as you use your gilding polishes or your gilding waxes, so a little really does go a long way. All of that is coming to you for that incredible price, and there's so many different ways you can be working with it. You can see here, just adding those colours, mixing them up, you've got a huge range of different colours. So from that red, yellow and blue, these colours all kind of amalgamate, but then you can take those tonal effects that you've got with the black and also with your yellow ochre in there to get those wonderful results. The little accents there, using that fabulous pewter in there as well, gives you those results. And then of course, because you have got that acrylic pen in there, you can add those accents and those highlights to it as well. So whether you are wanting to work with your vintage tones, whether you want to take those pens and use them in a Zen doodle environment, maybe you want to get that kind of chalky or watercolour finish, then this is a brilliant way for you to build with. And of course, don't forget using your different bases, whether it's MDF, whether it's a canvas, whether it's fabric, paper, card, or even if you're wanting to use things like your mylar, as we can see here, you really are going to get some incredible results over and over again. As Lou said, just use your imagination. If you're not sure if it'll work, then just decant a little tiny pot, mix it up and see the results that you get, and you may well surprise yourself. But it's all about experimenting, and that's the fun of having a set like this. You've got the core to allow you to do that. 729637, that is a brilliant one-day special price for you of £35.99. You are saving £19. After 6 o'clock this evening, if we have any stock left, it will go up to £54.99. But while you have the opportunity, why not take advantage of that saving while you can? When you add that into your basket, though, do check out some of the other things that Lou's been chatting about. Being very, very busy with regards to everything on the show and everything that Lou's been sharing with. And I have to say, you have been loving it. I'm keeping up. I'm keeping up. Now, if you're wanting to get hold of anything else, you can simply add them into your basket. As I mentioned before, it's just £1 extra with your post and packing. So maybe you're going to go for that one-day special. Maybe you're going to be adding in this brilliant bundle, which has proved to be so popular. Now, with this one, it is brilliant. You've got your tracing paper in here, 50 sheets in total, and this is brilliant. It's going to allow you to print on it as well. And once you've printed onto it, then you can use your transfer medium. So think about all those CD-ROMs that you might have, where you've got graphics programs, so you're building up your own design, maybe a vintage theme, maybe primary colours. It's entirely up to you. Print onto this and then use that photo gel transfer, which is magic in a pot. It really is. You can't get hold of this on its own, but to be honest, teaming it up with the paper is a perfect pairing. This is going to allow you to transfer images, not only images that you've printed on your own computer, but perhaps you've got photographs that have you've got, maybe it could be a case that you've got images, copyright-free images from magazines and things like that you're able to use. Maybe you've got papers or paper pads that you've invested in. It allows you to lift that ink, lift that design and transfer it onto something else and really get creative. 898164 is the item number with this one. Sold out of it earlier on. We have got more of it available. Just one day extra with your delivery on there, just to allow us to get them all bundled up. But what's a day between, friends? It's nothing at all, is it? 898164 being your item number if you're wanting to get hold of that. Definitely do consider adding this in. If I was your personal shopper, right now I'd be going for the one-day special, I'd be going for your image transfer effects bundle, and I'd be going for that fabulous pearl gel in there as well. They are brilliant. So if you wanted to go for that, oh, and you're liking your dimension effects as well. Good choices, people out there. So if you wanted to get hold of anything, pop it into your basket, check it out as quickly as you possibly can, and that means it's well on its way to you and you're not going to miss out on anything. Now, I've headed back over to the demo area and we're going to be working with the image transfer.
Yeah, and these are copyright-free images. These are over 100 years old now. But just to make sure that you realise that it's about transferring the images, not the paper, to another surface. And sometimes you might be stuck with what you're using.
Yes.
So you might want it on metal, on wood, on MDF, anything, or even on the tracing paper or the mylight. You want to transfer the image. Now, just to clarify, I know some of you like this, but the ink isn't all the way through the paper.
It kind of sits on the surface, doesn't it? Yeah.
So what we're trying to do is create like a bond with the ink, so that the ink is then able to transfer and stick to another surface.
And it could be a surface that you couldn't necessarily print onto usually, like you say, metal, or it could be ceramics or something like that.
You try and put a cup through your printer.
It's not going to happen, is it?
But you can print on your tracing paper as well. And this stuff, now, I always use this analogy because I think it's great. My dad had a washer dryer.
Okay.
And it did both.
Yeah.
But it just did both. It wasn't great at either.
Okay, fair enough.
So there's a lot of stuff out there that you can do the same technique with.
Right.
But it's not made for the job.
Oh, I see, yeah. So it's almost like it's a peripheral kind of thing.
It's just an add-on.
Yeah.
So when you get something, and I'm the worst because I'm tight, in a nice way, because you all earn your money, or you get your money.
We have to be economical with our spends.
You need to know what you do. So, you know, I know that this now works, and I've been through all that buy cheap twice.
Yes, yeah.
I now know what I go for. It might be a little bit more in the beginning, but I know it's going to last me.
Yeah.
So anyway, I've got this transfer, this image. Now make sure it has to be copyright free.
Yes.
But I want to transfer this to another surface, substrate, anything you want. And it's important that you really follow this, because it's foolproof if you do it this way. I've tried all sorts. I've mucked it up, and I found this is the best way. And I always find by doing it wrong, I learn so much more.
Okay.
Because I learn.
That's true, actually.
I learn a lot more from that.
You learn from mistakes. That's how the phrase that goes, isn't it?
It is, yeah. That's it. So basically, it says a laser, so I must state that it says laser. I've tried it with Word, text, magazines, newspapers, inkjet. They've worked for me. I can't say that it'll work for everybody, but I can honestly say that it works for me. So what you do is, now I've stood here waffling, and that's not moved, so it's quite a good consistency.
Yes, yeah.
Now all you need to do is make sure that you paint the images you want. Now you don't have to do the whole thing.
Okay.
So you paint where you want. So you might not want the edges.
A glossy finish where it's gone.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So you can just see now, I can't wiggle like you.
If you tilt it, there you go. Sometimes tilting it a little bit further away. There you go.
And you can just see it's clear around the edges.
Yes.
And it's matte. I want that simply because I'll show you, there's a little trick that you tear away the layers. Now it's important that it's all over. Now sometimes it's just, please don't do that, because that's going to take forever to dry, and if you think that the ink's not going to be able to soak into that. So
it's the thin layer, but covering the area that you want.
Yeah, I think my favourite word, that's boring.
Veil. I know, I like it though.
But it's a good way of describing it. Now I've done that surface, I need to do where I want it.
Okay.
But you need to do the same amount. It's sort of like you think the two surfaces wet together attract the ink together.
Okay.
And then all you do is you put that...
So instantly?
That down.
Oh, okay.
And the heat, from when you start to burnish it, it creates the little molecules go potty, they go mad now, and they want to sort of draw together. And that friction brings out the layer of the ink.
Okay.
It's great. I don't know. I feel
it's
like
arty science.
I feel like a certain guy who wears glasses and has a wand.
A bit of a magician in you.
Yeah, but I'm the professor who wears black, you know. That's made me laugh. I can't keep saying the name, so I sound stupid saying it.
Not at all. We know exactly what you're talking about.
So you leave that. It says overnight. I've never left anything overnight in my life. 24 hours, sorry. I can't leave it 24 hours. So I leave it as long as I can. And normally you'll know when the paper's not floppy anymore. You will know at home anyway. But please don't be tempted, because it won't work. Leave it to dry.
It'll move as well. If it's partly done, then you're going to end up with almost like a distressed look, I suppose, if you're not careful.
You do. And I did have some, but I had to make sure that they were copyright free. So this image is part done, but if you can imagine, I've now done this, but you at home probably won't see anything on this. You probably look at that and think nothing. Now I've got a painted background, very similar to that. And what I've done is, when the transfer medium's dry, I've peeled back the first layers.
Okay.
So, and you can see I've peeled back a bit too much. So I've put that image on there, both sides with glue, and peeled off the little bit that's left.
Okay.
Then the next part is this. You get...
Ooh.
Now, the ink is trapped in the glue, which I'm going to say the gel, it's in the gel, but the paper's still on it. And the paper's a carrier.
Right.
If that makes sense, for the ink. It's only carrying the ink. So what you do is you rub, and you can see now the fibres.
So the ink is now transferred onto your base, or
it's trapped in the layers. It's transferred to the surface between the layers. And if you can just pick up, you can probably just pick up that there.
Yeah, we can see
the line.
Yeah.
Now, you can pick that off, but just be careful, because you don't want to sort of take the whole thing off. But
I kind of like that.
I do. I don't like it really neat.
I'm not one for smooth, straight edges in anything, I have to say.
No, I only did this because I just I just use anything that's near and then the sea. I also like to practice like that. So just if I leave that there, you can see. Now you can get one of them green sponges out of your kitchen and use that. But you keep going. And you keep going, and there's your image transferred. It's now transferred onto your surface from another surface, but then leave it to dry, and you'll notice if it goes white again, you need to redo that. You're almost just do it slowly, take those layers off. Then when it's almost to the point where you can only see a tiny bit of white or none, gel medium out of the one day special.
Brilliant.
Layer over it, permanently seals it.
Brilliant.
And it stops it being white anymore, and you've got a clear gloss image on it. And you can do it with text. I've done it with text, I've done it with all sorts in the samples, I'll get them out for you, where it's backwards, but sometimes that's what I like about that.
Yeah, it can add a quirkiness to it.
That's
so, of course, in with that transfer image, you're going to get that tracing paper, which you said you could print onto. So think about that. You've got 50 sheets there that you could be printing onto to, and transferring those images over onto ceramics, onto mirrors, onto glass, onto acetate, all those different surfaces. And as Lou said, try putting a mug or a tile through your printer. It's not going to happen, is it? But you can recreate those images.
Please don't try that.
Don't try it, just in case, because you never know, somebody might try it. Exactly. MDF as well, taking those images and transferring them over onto MDF, grey board
as well, and the little hearts. You can see how it's really clear.
On this particular one
here, how you can transfer some of the images over. I mean, some are stamped images and you can stamp underneath, but you can transfer the images over. You can see the inks there and everything. I just adore it, because otherwise you sort of stuck to where people want you to put it. This is where you want it now.
That's it.
So that's using the transfer medium, but you can use it as a gel as well, and a glue.
Oh right, okay.
So you can use it, if you think that it's trapping that layer, you can use it as a gel medium glue. But I mean, and it doesn't stay. A lot of the glues, be very careful if you buy cheaper glues, because they'll stay tacky.
Okay.
On the surface, and that's the resin not drying, and then you'll have to put talcum powder on, and that ruins everything.
Okay.
So I've got that, and it's still a little bit wet, but hopefully if I can just. Oh, and that's a good tip. Please don't do what I do, scruffy crafting. Look, make sure that you clean the edges
before you put the lid on, because it could stick.
But it's always handy. Always use the lid, because you're not contaminated. Because if you can see,
oh, we've got a little bit in there.
That was me being over-enthusiastic. But that's easily, I just wiped that out.
So what is it that you're working with now?
This is one of the gel mediums out of the heavy gel medium.
Oh, right, the heavy gel one, yeah.
And then if I just put that on there, it'll bring the dark ink out even more. And when that dries, that'll be really strong and vibrant.
Oh, you can see it coming to almost to the forefront now.
It's almost, it's now sort of sinking through another layer to create that. So you can just see the difference. So when that's dry, it will really shine out. So that's the photo transfer.
Fabulous. There you go. Now, if you fancy getting hold of that bundle with your transfer medium in, don't forget you're getting a huge pot of that. Brilliant value for money. And, of course, we just saw the gel medium going on top there. So the gel medium, you've got lots of options with regards to this one. So whether you want to go for your matte, whether you want to go for your glossy, don't forget with this, it's going to allow you to have that fabulous texture coming through. So you can see the gel medium there in your gloss finish. Extra thick as well we've got with those two as well. So do check them out. Lots of different variants on there. This is the one, actually it's the glossy version of this one that has proved to be the most popular out of all of them. So if you wanted to get a hold of your extra heavy gel medium, which is going to hold its form through things like stencils and that kind of thing, £11.99, £10.79 to Freedom members though, 684532. You will collect those over time. Don't forget that fabulous transfer medium we just saw, the image transfer effects bundle, £17.99. Definitely worth considering getting a hold of this one. Don't forget you've got your 50 sheets of your tracing paper there as well. Lots of ways you can use that. 898164, £17.99. Now the dimensions effect, this is brilliant. I love this. Don't forget you've got your gesso there. It is now actually limited stock. You've got 1,000 mil there, so really good sized pot. You're also going to get your silicone shaper tools there as well. We've seen how versatile those are, but more importantly you are going to get that pearl medium. It's not going to give a pearl finish to things, but it's got those little tiny spheres in there, those clear spheres, almost like little tiny micro beads held in that suspension that you can actually change the colour of and get some wonderful results. £26.99. 110710 is your item number if you wanted to get hold of those. All of those additional elements we've spoken of work alongside your one-day special. And don't forget your one-day special, brilliant deal, only good at the one-day special price up until 6 o'clock this evening though. This is the penultimate hour. We've got another one at 5 o'clock, so that would be your last opportunity to see this in action. So if there's anything that you need to know, anything that you'd like to ask, do make sure that you get in touch as soon as you possibly can. You're going to get your 6 acrylic inks in there, you're going to get your acrylic marker, you're also going to get that pewter paint in there as well as that heavy, extra heavy gloss medium. Don't forget we saw that earlier on, so it just shows you how brilliant value for money it is. £35.99 if you're wanting to get hold of those. So what are we up to next, Lou?
I'm just going to show you now how we can use the inks. That one-day special, it sounds like I'm just saying it because of me, but I would
done your
not.
Research, haven't you?
I would not say it, but it's such good value, and you will really appreciate the quality in these inks, because I wouldn't say it otherwise because I'm putting my name out, and plus we all are, we've got to be right.
Well, that's right, we have to be honest with these things. Look at this. Right. You didn't even have to squeeze that dropper, that's just a little bit that was attached to the kind of the glass tube there.
That's it, I just let it drip itself. Now I'm just going to, I've not gessoed this, I've just put straight on.
Is this watercolour cardstock you're working on here?
Yes, yeah, I'll do it again. What it is this is too wet. Sometimes you need dry, what we call drier baby wax, and the drier they are, I'll just show you again.
Oh, that's nice.
You get a really nice effect. Now you can leave that to dry like that, or you can blot it. But this is how I build up all my work, all my samples there. Sorry, Hayley, for Can you see the background?
Oh, look at that.
It's all built up the same way. And there's a yellow ochre again, how it knocks that colour back. So now I've got that, but now what I want to do is I want to start stamping with it.
Oh, okay. Now, this is where I'm intrigued, because there's so many different ways. We were talking about embossing folders, stamping, things that we've already got in our crafty stash.
Right, your embossing folders, you get your roller in it, your brayer, slap your card in through you, and you've got a print.
Brilliant.
But the ink is, look,
the intensity of colour that you've got, look at that.
So I'm just going to use a stamp. Now this is one of the really favourite of mine, and I just love the effect I get, and I'm just going to stamp. And this is a bubble wrap stamp, so don't think it's the stamp that's going wrong. It's not, that's the effect.
It's the texture,
So that's using that with it. Now while that's still wet, you do need to clean these if you're starting to use the gesso with them, because this has got little tiny textures missing, and if you fill them up you're losing the effect. I'm going to get a bit of gesso now, and I'm going to just...
So that same base colour,
just
keeping the continuity.
And when you work, for anybody out there who's scared of colour, please don't be. And they have all these rules, ignore them. Ignore them, because otherwise it stops you being really creative. I've now gone to a paler version, and I've gone to another stamp.
So because you've added in that gesso, this is where we're getting that chalky effect now.
So now I'm building up another colour in the background, but I can still add that. So I can still...
Nice.
And I can get my white. This is where I contaminate it. And then just... And what I'm going to get now is white plus the blue and shades. So
nice.
So now I'll get that. Now clean it again. And when I say a mixed media background, this is a mixed media background. I understand that, but this will also do a really fine print, which I'll show you, so that you're not just getting this. You can get a really beautiful finish through your stamping. So now I'm going to try. I'm going to try one finger. I'm going to just push the white. Now, these are all techniques I've learned from some of the people I've been really lucky to have workshops with. So, you know, I've got Diane Reevely, Kate Crane, I've got Kate, my best friend from Indigo Blue. So, you know, and it's all about sharing. And, you know, they're very good at sharing, and that's what I feel. We have these products, we need to share the ideas. So now I'm building up my background. And I've used one colour.
But because you've used that one colour but variants of it, you've got the different layers and different levels.
And now I can use the straight colour, so I can just use the white on. And because some of the underneath is still wet, I'm getting a blend. So very subtle. And then what you could do right at the very end is go straight with the ink. And really, I should learn to leave white spaces. I never leave white spaces, and I should do, because, you know, you need to.
I'm just going to tilt that slightly, because you can actually see where that gesso has gone, where it's kind of caught on the edge of the stencil, as you can see there. It almost looks like, you know, the little rings that you get from wine glasses, and sometimes you can pick up stamps that allow you to do that. Because it's caught on the edge of the stencil before it's been lifted off. You've still got that texture. It's quite subtle there, but that's raised because that gesso is going to hold its form to a certain amount. As Lou said, it will lose it a little bit because of, obviously, the water content's going to come away from it, but majority of the time it holds it.
So that's the reason, if you look now, making sure that it's easier to lose a little bit of that than in your pot. So use your lid or decant it or use it, that's how. So now I've gone from the blue with the gesso, the blue, add in a little bit more gesso so you've got shades and tones of it. Now I'm going to use that. Now the best way I do it, some people do that.
Okay, yeah.
Straight to stamp, so you can do that.
If you didn't want to use your fingers, could you use those silicone tools?
Absolutely.
Right, okay.
Or the other thing is just
push it straight in.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now I'm using the strong colour, so I'm going to get a really crisp.
Nice, yeah.
And I'm going to change. And I know that Deco and Tando use these stamps as well. So now I've got a strong one.
Nice.
But now I need to offset that with just what you said is.
Oh, the little cap.
Get a cap and then.
Nice, yeah.
And this is all using the stamps, the inks,
and it's just one colour you've
used?
One
colour.
Just one colour. Don't forget you're getting your primaries in with your one-day special. Details are up on the screen. So that's going to, you'll be able to use those primaries to pretty much mix up whatever colour you want to. But then you've got your shades and your tones because they are included as well. You've got that fabulous yellow ochre in there, you've got the gorgeous black, and of course you've got the white tones in there. If you add in the special effects bundle down at the bottom, you could be printing and transferring your images to incorporate in with your project as well. And don't forget the gesso. The gesso is coming with that pearl medium as well, so definitely worth adding that one in, and then you can get these kind of effects. I love this, the edge of your card.
Just the edge of your card. Now I'm using this. I didn't want to use my ID because I didn't think that'd be very nice. But you use an old card, and then what you do is you use the very light. This is what you should look like.
This is it. This is getting in there. We're getting in there.
And then you need a strong piece of card. This isn't it, and you just. And then what you want, if you want, I'll just show you with this. Yeah, I've got the blue.
Okay.
I can carry on. No, shall I just carry on using the blue? And then it just makes more sense.
I'll just give you a quick time check because time again is running away with us. About 7 minutes.
No.
Yeah. You've been having too much fun.
I just chat, don't I? I'm sorry, guys. I just waffle on.
I love it.
Right, now I'm going to just put some dark back into this. And if I had a credit card, it's firmer than this piece of card.
A little bit thicker, isn't it?
Yeah, and this is quite... Because once card gets wet, it gets a little bit flimsy. But if you think now, and then you've got a really nice, stamp that you want to put in the middle.
And while this is wet, you can still be moving it around. Once it's dried, it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. And now I'm going to use it just the edge of my finger, and I'm going to create a really simple blend.
Adding a frame around the edge now.
If you wanted to, you could use a glycerin like Sheena does.
Yes.
And create that. But now, and if you think that I could put something like when I'm cut something out now and put that image. If I got one of those.
Inspiration, yeah.
Sit on there, and there's my background on.
And that could be the front of a notebook, a diary.
Yep.
Just simply taking that paper and just playing around.
Now that's just one paint. More on my hands. One paint.
Started out life pretty much like that watercolour cardstock, and then it's evolved. I love that.
But remember that I used the wet baby wipe, and I know it looked like it seeped under, but that's part of it. That is part of it. And just to show you that we can still use what's on here, I'm going to take that. It looks slightly wet, slightly dry, but now I'm just going to show you how you can still use
what's left there. Look at that. And this is using that pearl medium that's in the bundle with the gesso.
Yeah, and I'm just using the ink that's left on here, and I'm going to mix a little bit of white in with it, and I'm going to get chalk.
Looks like a galaxy now.
and that's what you want. You want to be able to sort of somebody to say, oh, it looks like this, it looks like this. It's like when you look at the crowd. But you can see how textural this is, because it's actually pulling that. But now...
That is beautiful. Love it.
And that really quite nice with a little bit of the gilding wax. In fact, I know we got seconds, sorry. I'm going to use a tiny bit of this.
That's okay. Just a touch on. And it's incredible to see these things evolve. We'll show you some more of the finished samples that have been created, including some of the pieces that Lou worked on last night. 6 o'clock and 8 o'clock, of course, we had live shows. 9 o'clock this morning. There's so many different resources out there for you to get inspiration from and to go back on Rewind and see what Lou was up to. Taking pieces, just like the piece that she's working on here, letting it dry and then actually putting it into a frame with a mount, and it looks absolutely amazing. Look at that. That's beautiful.
You know, and you could I just chop a circle out of that and then put that in there, and that would just frame that. But all I've used is the gold on that, but the mink, the pewter, looks even better because it's classier, and it's almost like, oh, is it, isn't it? What's it on there? But just to show you that we've printed, we've stenciled, we've used the chalks, we've stamped,
so many different watercoloured. Watercolour earlier on as well,
and we've used all that on one with one paint colour and gesso.
And this is where you used it this morning. If you're wondering about the watercolour, and this was literally where Lou took a little piece, literally just dabbed, just as we saw with the blue, dabbed it onto her work area, picked it up with a water brush, and then painted into a heat embossed image there. Working with the Pink Ink Design ladies, and they were in yesterday when Lou was here. She actually used it on fabric as well, so you can be using it on so many different surfaces. And of course, if you are taking that technique that we just saw Lou working with and those colours, adding in that fabulous pearl medium, and you can see that these are the kind of results you get. And then when you get those results and you pop them into the frames, that's what it looks like. It all comes together. I love it. 729-637. We've only got 3 minutes left within this particular hour. Lou's going to be back with myself at 5 o'clock. But if you want to get hold of your one-day special, £35.99. It really is a brilliant deal. Now, I hope that we've illustrated through all the different shows just the amount of versatility that you've got with this. So you might be a paper crafter at the moment. You might be thinking, well, do you know what? That's how I would predominantly be using this. That's fine. That's okay. But maybe on those days when you fancy delving into a bit of mixed media, then this means you've got everything you need to get started.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I'd like to, if you don't mind, about the group. I don't want to keep pushing it, but a lot of people they see the shows and they still get lost. Please get in touch with me. I'm quite happy to go over and give you a ring or get in touch, and I'll do a little demo for you. And it's really important that you do. Don't be worried about asking me, please, because I know what it's like. You think, well, what did she do? What did she do? Please, just get in touch. And it's important that we share these ideas.
That's it. And on my Facebook page, I have actually put a link to the Facebook group as well. So, yeah, and I've sent off my friend request as well. So make sure you click that when you get back.
You better say no. No.
If you want to get hold of your one-day special, brilliant. As you've seen, every single show, we've been crammed full of different demonstrations to show you the versatility of this bundle. Starting off with your primary colours, your red, your yellow and your blue there. But, of course, the ripples just grow from there. All the different colours, all the different ways you can work with these. So whether you are wanting to work with those blue tones, whether you want to take it down, those red tones, those gorgeous oranges, absolutely beautiful. But then you've got the allowance for you to make them deeper colours. So maybe if you want to use it incorporating the black to add the tones in there, get that ochre in there as well to almost give it an antique-y finish, perhaps just taking the edge off those colours. And of course the white is going to lighten it. And we've seen it working on so many different
polymer clay.
Polymer clay. Who would have thought that you could actually put it onto polymer clay?
I know, because I'm part of the Sculpey team as well, and I was really interested in using it, and that's what it's come out as, and I love it.
And look at that. And again, is this a little bit of the pewter going over the top?
Absolutely. And you just try the colours. People keep saying, can it? What happens if? I just don't ask me that. Just try it, and then tell me what happens, because I want to learn.
Yeah, everybody wants to learn from each other, and you can get involved. So whether you are working with your traditional paper crafting and you're trying to dip your toes into those mixed media waters, you're going to have loads of fun with this. And I think that's the key thing. If you think, right, I want to have a go at mixed media, and you have a go with mixed media, and then decide it's not for you, you're still going to be able to use these in your paper crafting, in your scrapbooking, and so many other ways.
You're never going to lose with these, because you can use them in it anyway. With your fabrics as well, don't forget.
Yeah, there you go. If you want to get hold of yours, why not take advantage of the 3 minutes before we start our next hour? We're going to be meeting up with Leonie in the next few minutes. But if you want to get hold of your one-day special, 729-637. Taking advantage of that £19 saving. Don't forget, we've got one final show, final call at 5 o'clock. I don't want to say goodbye to Lou. We want to keep you here forever.
I want to go next door now and see Leonie.
I'll play with Leonie. See you in a little while.
Hi, I'm Katie from Sussex, and I've been crafting since I had my first daughter 16 years ago. I've been in the craft industry now for 5 years, and in that time I've become a creative designer and worked with many companies. I'm really pleased to be working for Sizzix and to be on Hochanda to bring you inspiration and education and show you how to get the best from our machine and our dies. With Sizzix, the possibilities are endless and we want to show you how. So don't forget to tune in for my shows with Sizzix here on Hochanda.
Hi, my name's Leona. I've been into crafting for many years now. As a little girl I'd craft with mum and dad, but then obviously it stuck with me that much that it became my career. I think for me crafting's so fun because there's always something new to learn, there's always something new to play with, and it's such a rewarding hobby as well. That's why I absolutely love it and recommend it to so many people. I'm really thrilled to be part of the Hochanda family. Really excited about seeing how it's grown, seeing how it's developed so far, and all the brand new things that I know we've got coming up. I'm really passionate about getting back into demonstrating on TV as well, and actually sharing techniques with you, products with you that I personally love. I hope you can tune into my shows here live at Hochanda.
Hello, I'm Leanne Chivers from Crafters Companion. I'm Head of Creative Development for the company and responsible for bringing all of the fabulous products that you see from us on Hochanda. I've been crafting for many years. In fact, since I was 5. My gran taught me to knit, I've been sewing with my mum, but my great love is papercraft. It's the thing that I love to do most. I really do enjoy colouring. Rubber stamping was my first love. It's still the thing that I turn to in my spare time. Our Spectrum products, I believe, are second to none. They're definitely the thing that I'm most proud of in terms of my journey with Crafters Companion. I know we've got lots more innovation, lots more inspiration, fabulous demos for you in the next months and years coming here on Hochanda, and I'm really looking forward to seeing you there. So make sure you don't miss my shows with Crafters Companion on Hochanda.
Hello, very well, welcome back to Hochanda. We're live from the studio. Brace yourselves, strap yourselves in. We're live with Leonie. Let Leonie loose. Oh dear. We're right. Have you signed in yet?
Nope.
Right. Leonie had to borrow my pass earlier because you're very naughty and you never sign in, so you're banned from a few entrances, aren't you now?
Just one entrance.
Can't use the side door?
Nope. Nope,
Just
the side door is off limits.
And you still haven't signed in now, have you?
I forgot.
You forgot, did you?
Yeah, and I've still not moved my car either. I've dumped it outside.
It's parked outside, yeah. How do we know if we have to evacuate the building? It's just not on, isn't it, really?
What? Yeah, but the bins are in way as well, so,
yeah, the bins
you know.
are in way. Yeah, the bins are in way.
Well fair, they're blocking the whole path.
Now then, we got lovely items.
I hoovered it, actually.
Did you?
Yeah.
Vacuumed it, Leonie, come on.
I bet my car's way cleaner than yours. I bet mine's had less bugs in it than yours.
Actually, I took a bin bag. I mean, I filled the bin bag, obviously, from my car, and now it's nice and clean.
Food. You have food in your car, though, that's rotting.
You once had a bar of chocolate in your car, I know, because I saw it through the footwell. It's horrible. Some vegan chocolate.
Honestly, my car, the debris in there will never, ever beat the debris in yours.
All the staff at Hochanda have seen your car because you parked right outside the front, haven't you? Now then, shall we have a look at this?
That's because I hoovered it.
Vacuumed, can't say that, can you?
Well, the brands are available.
Now then, there we go. What did you say to the vacuum? You did say it, didn't you?
Hoovered.
Well then, now we've got some mood scrap papers, haven't we?
We've got some beautiful papers. Now,
it's a minute and a half into the show already.
Just arguing. Now, these are absolutely gorgeous. The whole hour is all about Elizabeth designs. No, darling. Yeah. No, you'll let me giggle. It's all about Elizabeth craft designs, which are fabulous. Elsa sent over these papers. These are absolutely stunning. They're a great weight, really beautiful. But yeah, the designs are exquisite.
They're completely different. Look at the variation.
Yeah, isn't that pretty?
Yeah.
I mean, they look well. I love that. You know, I love the blend of like modern designs because that's really beautiful. beautiful modern, along with your florals. I think it's an exquisite mix and match. Beautiful colour palette as well. It's that kind of paper, there's a lot of it you don't really want to cut into.
Oh, look at this.
I know, isn't that pretty? See, imagine, you can with these, you can imagine them being used in... That one's my favourite. I adore that.
That is magnificent.
Isn't it stunning?
I don't think I've seen such a varied pad, actually, I've got to say.
But the colour palette all runs through perfectly.
Yes.
So even though it's varied, it's not varied and doesn't make sense.
Right,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It all goes together. I mean, that one, if you did want to use that as a scrapbook page, I was saying in the earlier show, you could literally just put one photograph down there, cut out some of the houses so they overlap the photo a little bit.
Nice.
You know, so you're actually entwining it within the paper. So you could use it, just that one, as a scrapbook page.
Yeah.
I adore that. I adore that.
Lot, do you?
No.
You don't.
Now, you are getting both.
Oh,
it's not a choice. Yeah, do you want to show that one out, Charlie? Now, these are your shabby chic. So these have got that beautiful wood grain. They're exquisite.
Would I have done?
I don't know, love.
I wouldn't have seen... Was it a new bundle? I'm sure I've seen similar, but these are beautiful.
They are beautiful. It's the quality as well. I think the thing is, shabby chic is that on trend, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, so you are seeing a lot of variants. But again, this is perfect, whether you're stamping on it, whether you're going to be distressing it with your inks. Beautiful.
Distress inks?
Indeed. Beautiful for mixing and matching with loads of different dyes. Obviously, we've got the lovely florals today, but I mean, I'm looking over at the tonic ones. They'll go with it. Do you know what I mean? It's really, really usable.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Stunning, isn't it?
It's like old, like wooden tables or something. It's like
fabulous.
Upcycled
Yeah.
imagery.
So that gorgeous shabby chic. And it looks photoreal as well, doesn't it? And that's the nice thing about these two.
Are they photos?
I presume they are, actually, because it looks photoreal.
I mean, it's hyper-realistic if they're not. Yeah.
And what I love about it, they're two completely different looks, but they do work together beautifully.
Well, there we are, £14.99. Now then, over half the stock here is gone. It is both pads or these sheets for £14.99. Works out to be, I'm just going to do some quick maths in my head.
Oh, yeah.
63p a sheet.
Gosh,
it's
quick maths, that.
Oh, I got it wrong. 62. They even told me I've even got that wrong. It's 793,599. So there we go, £14.99. Now we also have the peony on the show. It's this one here.
Indeed. I know, it's told me in my head.
Yeah, mate. Now then, we've got various different elements in here.
Indeed. So with these, now Susan is fabulous.
Right.
She's absolutely fabulous. It's Susan who develops these. She's such a lovely person. And what I do love about the dyes that Susan brings, because she's so into the look of flowers, the proper flowers, she makes the dyes so they look so realistic. So what she's done, she's give you all the different elements, she's give you the leaves as well, and she's give you the central element. And it builds up, you build up your layers, cut them out to your cardstock, build up your layers, and they look absolutely gorgeous, really realistic. What's that face about?
I've just realised we've got one card per set, haven't we?
Yeah.
Look at these examples.
That's because Elle sent them over for me.
I thought so. We're like shuffling the same card along. We've actually got one for each pack, haven't we? Look at this. There we are. £9.99.
If it makes a funny noise or anything, it's because I've stood on his toe. I'm so going to get you.
Well,
you know,
I'm wearing steel toe caps. I follow the rules in the studio.
Let's change from your stilettos.
77380 is your item number. £9.99. Now, these will be dispatched from the 11th of January. The 11th of January, so there we go, saving £4 still. 30% is already gone.
They are beautiful.
They are good.
The thing is, with the florals, you can do so much with them because obviously, because they look so realistic, there's so many different colour tones that you can use with them. Look stunning.
They will look stunning. They will look stunning. Now, the next ones we got these ones, saving £3 here again, so it's £9.99. 095268. Now, this is a begonia.
It is indeed.
Beautiful.
Your begonia. Again, beautifully designed. Loads you can do with these. Our Susan has sent these in. Now, the thing is with these, cut them out of cardstock. The cardstock will hold your shape better. So have a play with different weights of cardstock, which is absolutely gorgeous. And obviously, I will be showing you how to colour tint them and how to actually build them up because they do look so effective. They all work together as well, so mix and match the flowers to get different variants.
Oh, I see.
Oh, you can show them again. I mean, I've done it already.
I know, I'm look at what...
You probably missed that.
No, because no one's seen that, and then that's the way I like to do it. It's the order I like to do it. Now then, shuffle the card down. I know we've got another one for the next one. They're £9.99, so £3. It's 095.
Do you know when you think you're funny?
Yeah. Is that why you're laughing?
I'm not laughing at you.
Oh, I see. 30% of the stock has gone.
Ooh.
Well, so look at this. This is beautiful.
Yes. Now, we did have this one in the first hour. Are we showing this one again, love? Did we sell this out, though?
Hang on, there shouldn't be a... No, that's gone. That's sold out. That's
sold out, that did.
It's very nice, wasn't it?
Sold out, that did.
Sold out. Right, now let's move down. There we go. We're going to change the details.
Me and Haley had sellouts.
This, I know.
Me and Haley.
I bet you did. I bet you did. Well then, £9.99, saving £5 here. This is the lace too.
I adore these. Now, these are such a good size die. Look at the detail. Isn't that fabulous? And you can do absolutely loads with these. They make beautiful backgrounds, fantastic for paper piecing. Just on their own, though, really, really gorgeous. I've actually cut this one out. If you just hold that a sec.
Yes.
Cheers. I've cut this one out in funky foam. I've started pressing out all the bits and bobs. So, because it's out of funky foam, I'll be able to use that as a stamp.
Right.
How cool! So using that as a stamp.
It's one of those thin dies. How is that possible with funky foam?
Because it's really, really good quality. They're really good quality dies. And, I mean, the thing is, because it is foam, I'll show you. Right. See, all these bits have cut. They have cut. It just means I have to just tweeze them out. But all those bits, even the teeny tiny little bits around there, they've all cut out, even the little swirls. It's just a really good quality die.
Yeah.
Cut it out with a Gemini. So, obviously, I've used my best
machine.
Yeah, my best machine. But it's such a good quality die, and using that as a stamp, exquisite. I love these.
So what, your distress inks, would you use it on those on the phone?
Oh gosh, anything. Yeah, any earrings. You can emboss them. You can do all sorts with it. But that's the beauty. You'll just use that as a normal stamp. But the lovely thing is with this, we had the other design in the first hour, and they do complement each other beautifully.
Well, there we go. You can see the other one. It was called lace number 1, I'd imagine, was it?
Yeah, well, don't get you.
On the website, see on the website, Hochanda.com, it's lace number 2, imaginatively titled. Now then, we've got the next one. Again, this is more from Elizabeth Craft Designs. This is the laser corner die. No, sorry, lace. Lace corner die.
Lace.
What's probably laser cut?
Charlotte,
it looks laser cut, the die cut, that's why I said that. But that's the lace corner.
Now, this, again, absolutely exquisite. It's a big die, so you can do your corners with it. The way these have been designed, they've got the little flaps at the side, so you can make pockets. So it does allow you to actually create depth on your card.
Hold photos in there.
Yeah. Brilliant for holding photos, brilliant for, you know, if you're doing invitations. So you can have things like that. Fantastic for putting in the card, let alone outside the card. They're really, really adaptable. And because they're a corner, you know, you can either make your squares with them or put them the other way, so you've got a really nice central panel as well. So there's tons of ways of using these. They are good quality dies. They cut like an absolute treat.
So like photo albums would be quite handy for that.
Yeah, imagine those. You know those beautiful books that people have been making, you know, with the graphic 4:5 papers?
Oh, yeah.
Things like this on those pages would look exquisite.
It'd be nice, wouldn't it? Well, you know, it's a lovely tool. Well, £9.99, saving £4 here. 060512, so it's 3.9 by 3.9 inches. Again, Elizabeth Craft Designs, the lace corner die. I've also got the lace pocket die. Now, I assume we're talking about the similar thing here.
Indeed, this is so nice.
Menus.
Look at that.
We've got charity events. Menus in there.
Indeed, look at that. It's huge. It's such a big die. Again, it cuts beautifully. Loads you can do with this. I mean, on the front packaging, that as a wedding invitation would be stunning. You know, absolutely stunning. It is a big die.
Elegant.
Yeah, and easy to create something that does look absolutely sensational. That's a lovely thing. Yeah, beautiful for vouchers.
Plane tickets.
Indeed.
Imagine those just nestled in there.
They'd be gorgeous, wouldn't they? But look what the team have done. See, look at that. So that die has created that beautiful, that it could be an LED candle. Isn't that fabulous? Yeah. Isn't that pretty?
Very nice.
I mean, again, if you're thinking weddings, that'd be lovely, you know, with confetti, and that'd be lovely as a table decoration.
And
it matches.
Matching, but it's matching
done in quality. Really, really good quality. I'm using this one in first demonstration, and it is one of those that, you know, when you start using it, you think it inspires you.
Yes, I bet it does, doesn't it? Well, it's
Sorry,
great. It's just so, no, I know what you mean. It's so very practical, isn't it? It's a stationary tool as well as something pretty.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to do some demonstrations.
Indeed.
Well, let's do it. £19.99 is the price, saving £6 here. This is the pocket die. You see the size on the side of your screen right there. 140067. All of these on extended delivery. We're trying to keep up with the demand here. 11th of January it will be dispatched, but please bear in mind your P&P is the same, and you're getting these great savings. Now we've got a toolkit on the show too. This is beautiful. This is great for your flower making. If you want to curl them up, shape them for your embellishments. Oh my word, 50%. Over 60% of the stock has gone. There we are, more than I thought. It's 344298. We're getting saving £3. Lots more coming up though. While Lady gets ready for demonstrations, she's got to work something out first. Now we also got, this is the latest #1. This was the previous hour. Now you can see this in action between 11 and 12 o'clock this morning. So watch it back on Rewind with Leonie and Hayley. That's 040311. Get you saving £5. It's still available, however, approaching 40%. £9.99. Now I've also got some dancing butterflies. Never thought I'd say that. There we go. This is also from the previous hour, between 11 and 12 this morning. £9.99. Saving £4 here, 688937. So there we are. Oh, now we've got another corner dies coming up. Now, I haven't seen this one live yet. I look excited to see this. Similar kind of theme. This is like an oriental corner die. This is just elegance. This is such a sophisticated card we got there. For £12.99, you're saving £6, and that's 064864. What on earth is that noise? We've got the romantic corner next. Now then, these, do you know what, I think for save the date, obviously absolutely perfect. But they're so practical, these. They serve a purpose. If you've got, we call them romantic corners, but call it dies for, I think, your scrapbook pages. Make interactive photo albums with this. Well, saving £4 is £11.99, 053921. So if you're thinking wedding stationery or just giving yourself tools to make beautiful stationery for card making and invitations and so on, build up a collection from the show. There's lots of lovely ones to enjoy. Well, anything you like, do dial the number. It's 01733 602 but you can see this and lots more at hochanda.com. Now, I'm bored myself now. Leonie, are you ready for a demonstration?
Indeed I am, Mr. Charlie. Thank you very much. Au revoir. Au revoir. OK, peony. So, this is the peony die. Now, what our wonderful Susan has done is give me instructions, so it made it nice and easy to do these. You will take your time doing these. I mean, they're not a quick make because you're going to shape them, you're multiple cutting them in order to get those layers. So, pen and paper at the ready because I'll give you your layers. So, when you get your die home, this is what you're going to get. So, you're going to be cutting 2 of the big uns, so 2 each of those. Then that sort of medium one there, you're going to be cutting 4 of those. And then the smaller ones, you're going to be cutting 2 of those. The leaves, this one you'll cut 2 of, that one you'll cut 1 off. And then the stalks, Susan always cuts 2 stalks, and I'll show you that in a second. And then the little, oh, I've forgotten what it's called. The little bit in the centre. Look, I've got instructions. Georgie, like, how have you managed to remember that? Oh, let's face it, I do not have a memory. I could have been really good then and just blagged it and pretend I remembered everything, but I wouldn't take the credit. No, I'd never be able to remember any of this. No, thankfully the team have been amazing and they've really helped support me. So what we're going to do is cut the flowers already. I have got one prepared so it's quick and easy to put together, but I wanted to show you how to layer them. So with the gorgeous flowers, taking the first beautiful petal. So with this one, colouring this one, you're going to take, so I'm going to take my sponge and I'm using worn lipstick. Again, look at the flowers, look at worn lipstick. Look at the flowers, look at their internet. See the different colours, see the different colour variations. And that's the lovely thing about these. I mean, there's that many different colours, you can really go to town inking them up. So all I'm doing, taking my ink and just working from the centre and bringing the ink out. And that'll give you that really nice shading. So on the bigger ones, I put in a little bit of ink on. On the smaller ones, just a dab of ink, and again, just dragging that ink out so you get that really nice shading. And that just gives you a really, really nice depth to your colour. Obviously, with things like this, you can hit the edges, you can literally just put a tiny bit of colour on. The choice is yours. And I'm just whipping round and creating that colour. So that's what you're going to do on all of the petals first of all. So that's going to be your petals. We're then going to start with, let's have a little see. This is interesting as well. Now, where did I put my scissors? Bear with. In fact, I'll find my scissors in a second. I'll do that bit in a second. I know they're just over here, but oh, it's okay, they're here. Got them. Good grief. Over half of the peonies already gone. Okay, so be quick with this one. We did have sellouts in the first hour. If you do want the peony, please check your baskets out. Now, the little centre element. What you're going to do is just cut these just down the centre. Okay, so your little stamens are stamens, aren't they? So you're just cutting those down the centre. Like that. Can you see? Like that. Which is fabulous. Okay, so you've got those ones. So that's your little stamens, that's your petals. The leaves, what you'll do with the leaves, first of all, now remember with your tools, you are getting your leaf shaping mat, so it's just a stronger mat, and then I'm going to use the leaf shaping tool. So the leaf shaping tool, if you did miss the first hour, it's the one that's got that, it's almost got a point to it, but then it curves up beautifully. This is so handy, but over 60% of stock has gone. Just go down the centre of the leaf, just fold it then the wrong way around, so just folding it out, and then take an ink pad. So with the ink pad, just pop in a little bit of ink down the centre as such, like this. And now we're going to add a little bit more texture, and that just highlights the centre. And then just taking my tool again and just working up as such. And I like this because actually it just gives it a nice score line into the actual leaf. And then move it to one side, take a darker ink this time, and I'm using that the Adirondack that I used in the first hour. So I'm just going all down the edges like this. And this is when it'll allow you can see the centre. Look, if I show you now, look. How pretty does that look? You get that really nice shading. So mix your inks up to get your shading. That's what you're going to be doing on the leaves. The stalk is the last bit. And the stalk, you're going to be taking your shaping tool again. And these are all relatively the same. So you will have seen me do this before. You'll have probably seen Susan do this before as well. So you just go down the centre as such. Pop a little bit of ink on there as well. I think there's still some left. Like so. And again, this just adds a little bit of shading. Just taking that now, just a bit more ink. So a bit of shading on that, just to add an extra bit of colour. Doesn't need to be completely covered, but get the colour on there because it does add depth to your work. And then all I'm going to do with the tweezers, and these are such good tweezers, with the tweezers that you do get in that tool set, I'm just bending the actual, so tweezers, I'm holding the card with the tweezers and just bending it so that score line, it just emphasises that score line like this. Now, there are cues on the phones. If there is anything that you want, please check your baskets out. You can check them out on the website. That is hochanda.com. Obviously, all the bits that we've got in stock, the details you'll find on the website. At the minute, we are showing you the peony, but over 60% of the stock has gone with your peony. It's absolutely flying out the door. Now, see, I'm popping the two stalks together. This just gives it extra depth, and it gives it, it's just a bit stronger. as well. So that'll give you a really nice base to work on. So that's what you're going to be doing with the stalk. Now we'll start actually shaping the peony. So take your spongy mat. So this is the spongy mat that you do get within that toolkit. Now, the peony. So what you want to do, take it now, you're going to be working from the back of the peony, first of all, on the bigger layers. So do have a look, when you're doing this, have a look again at the pictures, just to help guide you. So the bigger layers, you're working from the back, okay? So you're taking your shaping tool, and this is the one that's got those two beautiful edges, like so. So one slightly rounder, one slightly flatter, but they both work absolutely beautifully. And you're just starting to shape that petal. And working from the back will allow the petal to scoop, and it moves into the flower like this. So literally just working round like this. And it's up to you which one you use. I change my mind which one I prefer. I'm preferring this one today for some reason. And there we go. Okay, so just working round, and you can see as you work round, I'm not going right to the edge of the petal, but as you work round, it just scoops the actual petal, so they start to shape and they start to actually bend into the flower, like so. Okay, and then what I'm going to do with the bigger ones, flip it over, and then with the ball tool that also comes in the set, you're just going to take the ball tool and just gently start to work round, and this just starts to get those petals to lift. Like so. Now, I'm working on cardstock. Definitely, if you work on cardstock, it's going to, I mean, especially with things like this, because that's hollow, your cardstock is going to be better. my nails are... Do excuse me, nails. That is ink. That is ink. I am not a smoker. It is the ink. It looks awful, doesn't it? It is the ink. I'm definitely not a smoker. So you're just going round like that, and that lifts up the petals, okay? So your two biggest petals, you're going to do as such, okay? So the two biggest petals, they go one way, but then as you start coming in, the two smallest petals, you're working up. Let me show you, because that doesn't make any sense. So with this one, get my pink again. Where's my sponge gone for the pink? There we go. So get the small, so this is the slightly smaller one. So bringing this one in now. So that's the top, that's the front. So with the smaller ones, what you're going to do, you want these to bend in the opposite direction. So these are going to come into the flower. So what I mean by that now, so again, now can you hear that noise? That's because my ink's still wet. Allow your ink to dry, because can you see I'm getting a little bit of mark where my tool is working into the ink. So allow your ink to dry. I haven't let my ink dry because I'm showing you. But it'll be all right, because I'll be sticking it together, so you're not going to see it. But do, when you're doing this at home, allow your ink to dry. Okay, so can you see the difference? So because we're working from inside the flower this time, it's scooping into the flower, whereas the other one, where we're working on the reverse side, it went out. See what I mean? However, that's what you're doing. So you're building your bigger layers will go out, your smaller layers come in, and then we start to build it up. So these are the actual elements that we're building up. So where's my glue? Just start to layer. So with these, you've got the centre cut out. The nice thing about having the centre cut out, it does mean that you're not going to get the bulk in the centre of the flower. So it means, obviously, you can be putting them on flat card, things like that, which is fabulous. When you start to layer them, obviously I've put the glue in the centre. You could put this straight down onto where you're actually going to position the flower. So you can do that. But I'm working onto a glass mat, which is fine. There we go. So I'm going to pop this on, and look, you start to get the movement. So you've got the bigger petals that'll have that, they'll go sort of outside if you want, and these ones are now coming in to the flower, like so. Now, can you see I've got extra? I don't know if you can see that, but can you see? Oh, my word, we're limited. Right, it's limited stock. You need to check your baskets out. Can you see on some of these, there's extra curls? The way you do that, if you just get your flower, and with your tweezers, it's dead easy. And you can do this with your leaves and everything. So with your tweezers, just get hold of the actual flower on the edge and literally just bend it round. And look, see. Oh, some have bounced back. Okay, not limited, so you're all right for now. But I checked this out because it will go. They all go. We did have sellouts in the other one. Can you see? It just bends it a little bit extra, so you get that extra dimension. Okay, so let's build this up quickly. So we've got those 2 layers. It's so easy to create these beautiful flowers. If you want extra texture, just go in them with your ball tool in the center, and again, just work the ball tool so you are getting the petals to lift up. The toolkit has been very busy. I'm not surprised. That toolkit is such good quality. We are approaching 80% of the toolkit now. You need to check your baskets out with that. It's a cracking toolkit. It's just good quality. Right, okay, so popping that in here. All the petals are slightly different. And I was saying that in the first hour because it does mean they look different. You know, because they're not all symmetrical, because they're not all exactly the same, it doesn't just look like you're repeating the actual pattern. They look individual. Now I'm squidging it down so the glue will actually set, and look at it as it starts to. Let me just poke that bit in. Like that. Make sure the glue's setting, because I want that glue to set proper. Look at that. Doesn't it look pretty? And then you're taking your smaller elements. So pop a little bit of glue. Just pop that in there, as such. And it starts to really, really take effect now. That tiny bit of ink makes a difference. So do add a bit of colour into this, whether it be ink or whether it be chalks. It might be, with this, it might be, what does our Susan use? Susan uses your thingies. The word will come back to me in a second. There we go. So put it pan pastels. Our lovely Susan uses pan pastels. There. And again, just making sure. There we go. So making sure they're not sitting directly on top of each other. I love the depth. And then, you know, the tiny little centre elements. Oh yeah, I need to show you that bit. So your tiny little centre elements, so your stamen, you get a bit of glue, pop the glue onto your stamen. I'm not putting it on the end bit, because that's where I'm going to get hold of with the tweezers, like so. Get your end bit, and it's been designed so you've got that little bit to get hold of, so it makes it nice and easy. I love this stamen. I love the way that just trimming the end off makes it look really pretty and feathered. It look effective, that. Looks really, really good. So, pop that in now, and that is going to sit right in the centre, just like that. There we go. Isn't it beautiful? I love these. Now then. I adore this. Do you know, you see, what I love about doing these shows, because I'm known as a messy crafter. I get ink everywhere. I'm always really mucky. Doing things like this, completely different from what I do, but I adore it. I find it ever so relaxing. And when you can make something so pretty, I mean, look at that. Now, we are approaching limited stock. If you want this, you need to check your baskets out. Let me show you this that I've been working on to build this up. So this, I've done 2 layers of cardstock, first of all, and then, look, that gorgeous pocket die. Now, with this pocket die, what I've done, first of all, is taken a piece of white card. The actual die goes round the back, so I'm going to glue this down first of all. So it's just those little flaps that you glue down, like so, and they will allow you to create the pocket. Now, I've cut these out of that beautiful paper pad that we've got on the show. It is definitely strong enough to hold the pocket. So don't think that it's not strong enough. Definitely strong enough to hold the pocket. So you could have it like this, okay? That beautiful pocket. You could then pop. Look. So you could then pop that in. So it's literally working as a pocket die. However, look at this. So if you cut it again, and then just bear with. Again, at home, you probably use double-sided tape. but just because I couldn't be bothered. We didn't learn that lesson from the first show. No, we didn't learn anything from the first show. So all I'm doing now, look at that. Doesn't that look good? I adore this. And remember, all this is cut from that beautiful paper that we've got on the show as well. So everything mixes and matches absolutely wonderfully. I like this because it gives you dimension. That peony die is now limited stock. That means less than 10% remaining. That means we will sell out. So it means you have to check your basket out. That die, you want this die. I mean, look at that. I'll just squidge it now just to make sure it holds in place. See, now I could have cut them edges off. If I'd have cut them edges off and stuck down it down flat, it'd still look beautiful, but I really like that dimension. I think it looks really, really different, and it just gives it, without adding 3D foam, it just gives it such a gorgeous look. But then look, start to build this up. So take the gorgeous peony. So why not do it like this? So we're taking the peony. Okay, that is going to go now. The peony is going to sell out. All in allocation. That means everybody has popped it in the basket. If you want this, you need to check your basket out. If you don't check your basket out, if any bounce back, I will let you know. So I will give you a shout if any bounce back. Well, I'm just going to move that one there, actually. So popping the leaves on. So I'm going to pop one there. Pop one there like so. I'm popping these on with just my normal glue, but of course you could, if you wanted to, put them on with 3D glue gel and then pop the peony on. But I tell you what I want to do. Did the sunflowers sell out in the first hour? They did. Oh, well, it's okay because I'm going to glue them on anyway. Because look how everything goes together. So if I put the lovely little sunflower on as well. See, if you did get it early, well done. Because look how well everything goes together. I'm going to put that under there, because I think that looks beautiful. A little cheeky bit of layering. That one on top, like so. Look. We have got the pegonia. I'm going to demonstrate that one next. Oh, does it look gorgeous? And then this one, just pop that one up here like this. See, absolutely stunning. So all I do with this one now, I mean, I'm going to walk away from this one, but all you do with that one is add a beautiful sentiment there, maybe a bit of lace, and that is it. It's such a gorgeous, gorgeous die. This is why these dies sell out all the time, because they're exquisite, absolutely exquisite. Look at that. So all you need now is literally a sentiment there. Wouldn't that look absolutely fabulous? Now then, oh, I'm really chuffed with that. Aren't they pretty? I would highly recommend getting that pocket die. It's stunning, absolutely stunning. The details are there for you, 140067. Okay, I better tidy up. And oh, I'm really chuffed with that. Now, the toolkit, we have got the toolkit. If you do want that, such good value for money, for such quality, but we are approaching limited stock. So if you do want that, you need to be checking out your baskets. It is very, very busy now on the website. So please, please, please be checking your baskets out. Don't wait, because honestly everything has been selling out. Oh, and that Oriental corner die, again, absolutely stunning, stunning dies. I love that. That were in the first hour, but it works just as well as the die I've just shown you. Really, really pretty. So again, that might be one you want. That's 064864. Well, I tidy up. Shall I hand over to Charlie? Charlie?
Yes, you can. My pleasure. A lovely demonstration. If you've just tuned in, literally watch the show back on Rewind between 2 and 3 o'clock this afternoon. But of course, we have got this is the lace corner die, and back to that lady. Thank you. Do you want to do this? Why don't you go move your car, because it's blocking the entrance? Most people park in the car park, she parks on the pavement. Now then, there we go. I have to have my compact. It's not my fault. £9.99. I had an awkward pause there to make people panic. Ha! I'm only joking. Now then, we've got £2 for you here. It's great. You just got to go quiet, and everyone panics backstage, like this. It's really awkward. They're hilarious. Well, there's £14.99 for these £2. Now, this is good value for money. You do get an awful lot. For that price, for this quality, this is Moda scrap for 24 pieces. That's great value for money. Let's have a look at all of the options that we got. Well, I say options, you actually get all of these, like I said. So 2/3 of the stock gone. normally £19.99 for all of these, but you're getting 24 sheets in total. There's something so delicate about these, something beautiful, something so attractive, quite authentic looking as well. I mean, at a glance, it could look like that was hand done in front of you with watercolour paint, couldn't it? It's gorgeous. Very delicate, beautiful design of wallpaper. And then we go something completely different. How about that? So many textures, so many techniques has been used to create these beautiful prints. So there we are. It works out to be 60p a sheet, 62p a sheet. So there we are, 62p. There we are. How good is that? Gorgeous selection, and again, how different is that? It's beautiful. Well, there we go. That'd be difficult to do. That'd be very difficult to do. But now, £14.99. It's not just for those pounds; you get more. Now then, that was the fly and scrap. This one is a wood effect. Now, what is it we love about this? There's something natural looking, something very, very shabby chic. But how gorgeous is that? Do you know what? There must be from photographs. They're hyper-realistic piece of art, if not, but they do look like photos. Beautiful as that. It's something here that's been dressed up. It could be distressed furniture, upcycled furniture, which is obviously very in, but this celebration of that shabby chic kind of look. There's something just welcoming about this. It's beautiful. There we go. If you like to go for all of these papers, that's 24 sheets in total. That's £14.99, saving £5 there. Now then, you are, say, two-thirds, oh my word, two-thirds of the stock has gone. Over two-thirds has gone now. So it may go this hour. We've got about 20 minutes left on the show, thereabouts, so do be quick. We have had sellouts on the previous show, so do be quick. We've got 6-minute queues on the phone lines, but do call us. We will get you, but the quickest way to order is on our website, hochanda.com. Now then, we've got dies for you next. Elizabeth Craft Designs. Been a while since I've worked with Els, but very inspirational lady. She really knows her stuff, and she's clearly just so very passionate about all of this. Now then, these are gorgeous. The begonia die set. Here we are. Now, talking about this, if you want some realistic pieces, you can do. If you want to make voluptuous, beautiful decorations, or maybe for your embellishments, cars like this, they need a box, much more than just an envelope. It's a beautiful way just to present them in such a magnificent way. But wherever you normally put a bow, maybe it's on a gift tag, why not use some of these? Why not make 3D decorations or 3D flower arrangements at home? But if you want to go realistic, of course you can do with this. If you want to get a little bit fancy, if you've got paper pads, you can do that as well. Now, you're thinking, must be a lot of cutting. They're obviously all dies, but these dies, they do come separately. So there we are. You've got all of those, one pack. The elements come separately, so you can divide the colours with absolute ease. Well, we're approaching 3/4 of the stock here, gone. £73, £9.99, 095 268. Now, the next one we've got is the pocket die. Now, these ones, they're beautiful. They're Elizabeth Craft Designs, but they're so practical too. And how many times do you make invitations? You want to do various different save the dates, those kind of things. But with this, it's so practical, but very, very ornate. How good are these? Well, for £19.99, saving £6. There's a lot of metal on that, I've got to say. But they are nice. They're very, very stylish, very sophisticated cards for this. But I'm thinking if you want to keep really bright colours, but how about if you have got some matte black cardstock, gilding wax over there? It looks like a wrought iron almost. It's a wonderful effect with these. By the way, saving £6, it's 140067. But I am thinking invitations, menus for charity events, for example. Yeah, menus for charity events. I've been to those. Yeah. Well, there we go. I've been to like places where I have cocktail menus. A few times I've run cocktail events for charities. I have done. Well then, let's have a look at this next die we got. Now, this is the lace corner die. Now, obviously, we're thinking scrapbooking here. But just for, it could be photographs you might want to anchor in the side there. It could be for a topper you might want to interchange. But for some home decor, personally, why not? I think for scrapbooks, interactive photo albums is perfect. Now, I've just been told again, the phone lines are very busy. I've got about 6-minute queues there. So if you can go on the website, it's going to save yourself a few minutes. Pop into your basket, get it checked out. Do be fast, because it is selling quick, I've just been told. So this is one of the most urgent ones on the show, it sounds like. But you know what I mean? Those last two dies, they're so practical but beautiful. They serve a purpose. If we have to send invitations for such things, but if you're going to do that, make it stand out, make it pop, and that design is going to do it. Well then, we've got the other one next now. This is the lace flower. this is gorgeous. Now, Leonie cut out a piece of funky foam with this. Now, how about making this into a stamp? So good. We're using these dies, obviously, for your paper crafting, but use this as a mixed media tool as well. This could be your stencil, this could be your stamp, maybe for your fabric inks. Think about having to really smarter quilts on here. Design your own colour fabric before you start sewing with it. Well, there we are. That's just one idea. They work beautifully with the other designs, with the begonias. They're absolutely gorgeous. How beautiful would that look? But there's some general inspiration for you, using with some flowers, or just on its own. Gorgeous design. Well, there we go. It's £9.99 for the selection. 3.5 by 2.25 inches. That's £9.99, £75, 040 854. Now, do you know what? That's just a few of the most popular items on this show. You can see lots more right here on our website, hochanda.com. You can have a quick look. You can add to basket. But my word, this really is the quickest way towards it now. We've got 10-minute queues on the phones, so please don't delay. You run the risk of missing out if these do sell out. But skip the queues. Oh, and by the way, you can see we've got good reviews for that toolkit. Now, limited stock here. If you want to curl up your flowers, maybe some from the begonias here, have you got other designs? Have you got hibiscus? Have you got pansies? Think what other dyes you have got. Curl them up with these onto your foam mats and watch them grow, make them into a very memorable, well, I say embellishment, could be the star of the car, couldn't it? Well then, have a stroll through there, have a scroll through. If you go onto hochanda.com, you find this bit by just looking down below the live feed, so it's easy to find the section here, and we're bound to see bits that Leonie's about to demonstrate next. Speaking of which, Leonie, are we ready, my dear?
Indeed I am.
Wonderful.
Thank you, Mr. Charlie Bean. OK, let's go. Charlie Bean.
Charlie Bean? No. That's Yanis's. He's Yanis Bean, not Charlie Bean.
Charlie Bean.
No.
What did I call you before? Chopkins.
Yeah. I got a few messages about that, actually. I don't
Chopkins.
know. No, that's not catching on.
Chopkins. Chopkins. Still makes me laugh, though. Anyway. So, what am I doing? Begonia. So with the begonia, what you're doing with this one, I'll talk you through the actual dye again, so the different types you're cutting. So we're approaching limited stock. That means we're approaching almost gone. So if you do want this, you need to check your baskets out. I'll start waving away. So you are cutting 2 of the large one. You're cutting 2 of the sort of smaller one. You're then cutting 4 to 6 of the little one down there, because that's one of the petals. Okay, so that one's one of the petals, so you're cutting 4 to 6 of those. The other one, you're cutting 1 of that. That's going to be the central petal that wobbles around, if you will. So you're cutting 1 of that, and then your leaves, you're cutting about 1 or 2 of your leaves, 2 of the stalks again. Okay, so that's what you're aiming for to make up that begonia. And then colouring. So this time, most of the colour tinting we've gone on the outside. With this, on the inside, sorry, with this one we're going other way around. In fact, the darker orange looks better with this one, I realised. When I was doing this one, I preferred the dark orange. So this is actually my normal distress ink. So not the other. I have been using my my oxides, but with this one, the normal distress ink works really nice. So just going around the edges. So just gently catching the edges. Like this, okay, can you see? So this will really create a gorgeous look on the petals. You can just go around with orange. I'll tell you what will look nice as well. A little bit of red in there. Fire brick a bit best, but I'm not quite sure where my fire brick is. So, 1 peony has bounced back. So if you want that one, get on now, get on that website, check your basket out straight away. See, that'll look nice, won't it? What am I going? This is me rusty hinge, and that'll look lovely. That'll look lovely on the outside, because it just creates a bit of depth to colour, doesn't it? I like that. Right, try your rusty hinge, because that looks nice. Right, you're going round all of them. So it's all the petals, even the teeny tiny ones. So again, just go around nice and gently. And with your sponge, just from the outside, so you start from your mat and just brush it gently over. And that way you'll only hit the outside. And again, this is the one, that tiny one. That's the one you're cutting about 4 to 6 times, because that's going to add all your layers. Okay, so that's what you're going to do with the petals. Oh, bear with. Oh, no, that's all right. Oh, nearly made that mistake. Your leaves, you're doing the same. So how I've done the other demonstrations, you're doing the leaves exactly the same. I'm not going to show you again, just for time, because actually I'm not doing too bad, but just for time. Okay, so now with this one, we're going from the back of the petal again. So turning it over, we're taking that shaping tool again. Now the tools have been very busy. Limited stock. Oh, it's got a squeak on now. Oh, it's because I've got wet ink on it a bit. These are now limited stock, so if you do want these, that's better. Clean off your tool. If you do want these, less than 10% remaining, so you do need to check your baskets out now with this, because you are going to miss out. It has been so busy. I think it's because we all know by now that Els just makes quality materials. She brings us beautiful quality, but Susan's dyes are fabulous. Susan puts so much work into her dyes. You're then going to take the ball tool and then just go around, and that gives you that shape. It's quick, it's easy, but you've got that lovely shape going on in the flowers there. So you're going to do that on all the flowers, even the little petals. But your little petals, where we've gone in from the opposite side, with this one, we're going to have that coming in again. So with this one, again, just going to scoop it round as such, and that'll have the petal just coming in. So again, you'll get variations. Look at your packaging. Your packaging really helps you see the movement. And don't worry too much. Have a look on the website. See the real flowers, because again, that'll help you decide how you're building it up. Okay, so building up the flowers. So what we're going to do, that's your shaping. The only strange, I shouldn't say strange, but the different one, sorry, I need to show you this one. So that big petal, okay, now that one we're going to roll. Before we roll it, I'm just going to put a bit of shaping, okay, because I found it a little bit easier to roll with a bit of shaping. So shaping it first of all, and then you're going to get your tweezers, okay, like this. Oh, tweezers is in the toolkit, and that one now, they're all in baskets. So if they are sat there in your little basket, it isn't yours until it's gone. So if you do want that toolkit now, you have to check your baskets out. It's not yours until you've got it. Our lovely begonia that we're doing now is limited stock. So again, I'm just going to tighten that one. So again, you do have to check it out. If it's in your basket, it's not yours till you've checked it out. Check your basket out and then it's yours. So just rolling it round as such, take it off, and that'll give you the centre petal like that. There we go. Now, we reckon we're going to, this is going to go. I'm going to stick it together and then I can talk about other dyes. So, there we go. All you need to do now is stick it together. So, it's dead easy. So, a little bit of wet glue. Again, you're having them so those that aren't layered one on top of the other. So, you're going to have them so they're nice. They're crossing over like this. We're going to pop this here. Like so, because that'll look really pretty. Again, bringing this round so that can go like that. What I can do, I mean, the lovely thing about the dies, I've got all the dies so we can have a little play with loads of dies to show you different ways of using them. And then bring in some of these little petals. So with your petals, you can have these. So now you're filling in your space. So actually, wrong way around. There we go. We've hardly got any of your begonias left. If you do want your begonias, you are going to have begonias. Oh, yeah. I am saying it with a P, aren't I? Your begonias. We've not got many begonias left, so you do need to check your baskets out. Papa Goa. Now, your loose leaves, your loose little petals, you can start filling these in. I mean, if you want, you can put your centre one in. See, you can do it this way. You could put that centre one in like this. Like that, see? If you put this one in the centre, I'm just holding it slightly because I want that glue to take. but then what you can do is actually build those little petals around it. So if you're not sure where you want to put it, how many of these little petals you need, see, because then it can actually come out of the centre. That looks really quite effective. So have a little play, and then that'll help you decide just how many you need to put in. Oh, I love this. Right, these have gone. They're all sat in people's baskets. You know what to do, check your baskets out, otherwise you will miss out. Just because it's in your basket, it isn't yours. Okay, so that is how you build up your beautiful begonia. Let me just lift that up so you can see. Get it off my thing, so I've glued it. Look. Obviously, I'm not worried about my glue. That will dry clear, so we don't have to worry about that at all. Isn't that just beautiful? Now, have a look at the website. That's gone. I think all the flowers have now gone. We have got loads of goodies left, so please, please, please check your website out. Because they're all there for you. The beautiful paper is absolutely exquisite. Of course, we have got all the other dyes as well available, but do check them out now because they are selling so quickly. If there is anything you want, please, please, please check that basket out. Now, what are we going to do actually? I'll show you this one first of all, and then I'll do that corner. Now, this is one of those, you know, the lace dyes. This will be number 2, the lace. Hold on, bear with. It is lace number 2. This is your lace number 2. Now, what I was doing with this one, this is the one I did cut out of funky foam. You just need to take the bits out. That will then work as a stamp, which is absolutely exquisite. But I do like this. See, what I wanted to do with this was take, look at this. So you can take a piece of your beautiful paper, that's out of that paper pad. I could then pop a piece of my white card. So if I cut this out for you so you can see where I'm going with this. So you're taking your piece of paper. This is what you don't do at home. You don't have no space whatsoever and you can't even see your mark. Where did I put that mark then? There it is. There we go. And then cut it out here. He's tickling away. And then pop that there as such, and then pop that in like that. See. So then what you do, you get a really pretty, can you see underneath how pretty that looks? And I just thought something like that with your gorgeous flower on top would look so exquisite. But the other thing you can do with this, so what I do with this then is cut this down. Hold on, I glue this on here like this. I'm just giving you ideas now, because so. See, pop this on here like that, and then with that gorgeous, gorgeous dye, I love this dye, I think that is so pretty. There we go. So popping that on like that, which I think looks absolutely exquisite. Then you take your scissors, you cut this from the background like this. Just want to show you a quick background. Look, take this from the back, and then the scrap, so you've cut the white out, so then that you put on like that. Look at that for a background. Don't you think that looks absolutely exquisite? Cut that on the back so it's just that beautiful decorative piece. I adore that die. Remember that pocket die? Where did I put my gorgeous pocket die? Sorry. Back. That beautiful pocket die now. Look how your begonia, you know I needed another flower. Look how they all go together. If you pop the little begonia on there as well, how pretty is that going to look? Absolutely exquisite. Remember, that's using that pocket die along with the beautiful paper pad as well. Am I going to run out of time? Am I not going to have time to cut anything? I am not. We're going to give you details of that beautiful pocket die because we're running out of time. Oh, no, we're not. We're doing that one. Absolutely adore that one. It is absolutely beautiful. And there's so many different things you can do with it. It's a really nice big die as well. So make sure you check your basket out on that. It is absolutely fabulous. And then, of course, you have got the pocket die.
The pocket die. Lovely demonstrations. Gorgeous.
Why, thank you, Charlie. You're so kind.
I know. And these are practical, but they're very beautiful too.
This is exquisite. It's such a good quality dye. It cuts like an absolute dream. There's so many things you can do with it. Using it just as it is looks exquisite, but you start to cut it up, you start to play with it. Obviously, it's one of those dyes that you will use so many times. And I love the fact you can use it on its own, or just cut it twice.
Is that vellum behind there?
Yeah.
Gorgeous,
isn't that fabulous? It's fabulous. Love that dye.
Well, you are too. Approaching 60% of the stock gone. £19.99, saving £6. Now, let's have a look at the paper pads really quickly. Should we have a quick flick? We're going to have a quick, we've got less than a minute.
Quick, Charlie flick.
I will. Here we go. Here we are. Now, upside down.
Oh, Charlie, you're upside down.
Wasting valuable time, look. Oh. They are pretty, aren't they?
They're beautiful. You've got that fantastic watercolour palette, really stunning designs, and it's a heavyweight paper as well, so they're very good quality indeed.
And we get both of these, of course, for £14.99.
Good value for money.
You know,
when we're talking about quality papers, and obviously you're cutting these down, they are 12 by 12, so cut them down. And it works out...
62p a sheet for you.
Quick maths, Charlie, quick maths.
So £5 there, £14.99 for 24 sheets in total. It's 793599. Any questions, give a call centre ring. Thanks for your company.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
We'll see you later on.
See you later
I'll see you tomorrow. Take care, bye-bye.
Hi, I'm Jo from the Beat Up. We're a family-run business for about 14 years now, and we supply jewellery-making components. My passion is chainmail, and we make all our own rings here in Essex for you to create some wonderful designs. We've got all levels of kits from beginners, intermediate and advanced, and we hope that we will share your journey with you and inspire you in a brand new craft. Come and join us, start something new at Hochanda.
I am Matthew Palmer, professional artist with the SAA, the UK's largest and friendliest art community. The SAA exists to inform, encourage and inspire all who want to paint, and that's exactly what you'll learn to do with me as your teacher. As a self-taught artist of 30 years ago, I know the challenges of a white piece of paper and learning how to paint. But with me, Hochanda and the SAA, I'll show you how easy watercolour painting really is. I'm here on Hochanda because I want to show you my watercolour painting techniques, and I want to get you over that white paper fear and get you started and develop your watercolour painting. So whether you're a beginner or an advanced artist, I've got some fantastic watercolour techniques that will get you started and take you even further on your watercolour journey. So join me, Matthew Palmer, for my shows on Hochanda.
Hi, I'm Jo from the Beat Up. We're a family-run business for about 14 years now, and we supply jewellery-making components. My passion is chainmail, and we make all our own rings here in Essex for you to create some wonderful designs. We've got all levels of kits from beginners, intermediate and advanced, and we hope that we will share your journey with you and inspire you in a brand new craft. Come and join us, start something new at Hochanda.
Hello everybody, a warm welcome. So we've got another opportunity to spend some quality time with this fantastic collection of dyes and this fantastic lady. Paula, how are you?
I'm very good, thank you. How are you?
I'm really good, Paula. Now, can I just say, hand on heart, I loved our last hour together because these are incredible dyes.
They are incredible. They are beautiful, they are different, they are, you know, it's so nice to start the year with something really fresh, different from Tonic.
That's the key, and that's what we're taking for. Well, you got, just if it's the first time you've seen it, so it's our wonderful tonic boho ladies. You've got a complete collection. This is the last live hour, and what I'm going to do, we're going to show you, this is just the first of the ladies. This is Camilla. Camila?
Camellia.
Camellia.
Camellia. Well, I don't know. It's just that it's the same name in Spanish, so I pronounce it Camellia. But
Camilla, Camellia. Either way, she's beautiful. Now, having a look, so you're getting such a strong image here. Look at the detailing. Paola showed this actually in the previous sound demonstration, which you can watch and rewind at hochanda.com. But really, this is a good example of just how the strength of the image, how it's brought to life with the dye, is phenomenal. If you want to introduce alcohol markers, heat emboss, you can do that. Each of the dyes have their own individual elements that you can use by themselves. With this fantastic lady, you've got the flowers, different way, different colour tone, totally different image. It transforms, it's profound. Or maybe you just want to use it simple way on a tag. Such a strong composition. So you can really inject some colour here. You can have it quite understated. And I mentioned about the flowers. This is a great example of just using the flowers. And this fauna is actually taken from the hair, which, thank you, Paola.
If we put it like this,
you can see that actually showcased it. All right, so that's our first lady. So that's the Camellia. Yeah. We've also got, moving on to Eva.
Yeah.
Eva, sorry. I say Eva because my cousin's called Eva. So this was an inspiration that Paola made in the previous hours. Actually a shaker card. Looks stunning. Give it a little... Wait, let me just turn it upside down. Oh, yeah. It's stunning. But it's such a sweeping design, and it lends itself to so many different uses.
Yes, they are actually, I haven't mentioned in the hours that I have done that, they are hand-illustrated. These beautiful faces by one of our in-house designers. It's very talented, Sean.
Wow.
And she just, like, she knows how to capture the spirit of so many different, you know, I can see so many friends of mine in this beautiful ladies. They are boho, but they are also chic. They are this, you know, the 20s. They have got that glamour, that, you know, and the look of, you know, it's just over the shoulder, sultry look. Or you can make it really bohemian and festival-like as well.
You mentioned, like, now here, that to me screams sort of 20s flapper girl. But here, very different looks. That's a bit more spiritual, maybe, sort of like...
yeah, if you like your... Yeah, exactly.
Native American, sort of dream catcher. Kind of thing. Mystical is the word I was looking for. So here, I mean, that is such a strong image, and it really encapsulates what we're saying about the sweeping hair. And you can paper piece these, so if you wanted to change the hair, give highlights, you can do that. Yep. So that's our Eva. And moving on, we have our...
Mariposa.
Mariposa.
Which is butterfly in Spanish. So Mariposa is looking, you know, has got this sultry look, looking through her sunglasses or reading glasses, whatever you wanted to make it. And those beautiful individual dyes. So every set of ladies has got an extra 4, or in one case 5, individual separate dyes that are the beautiful...
That's so
intricate
cool.
Butterflies, or it can be the feathers or flowers. I mean, so you can use them on their own to decorate the little, you know, card, or you can layer them up and put them in their hair.
So here, actually, I'm just going to show you, this is an easel card, and we have got an easel card maker die, which we're going to feature on the show. Such a strong image. With all the inspiration I'm showing you, what's profound is how you can achieve such a different look on each one. I'm going to suggest something here, because to me, Mariposa, actually all the cards scream... all the dyes are great for card makers, but equally for your artwork for the home. Now, this is what I would do. I'd get some canvas, I'd put Mariposa as a feature with the butterflies, and then I'd have a kaleidoscope of butterflies sweeping across the canvas as well. So you can incorporate your other dyes, your other stamps into a design, and they work so well.
Yeah. But, you know, but you wouldn't even have to get any other stamps, because you will, or dyes, because you will have your butterflies included here.
Well,
so you could die cut the ones that are included in there, many of them, and then get that fluttering effect coming down.
Love that, and you can oppose them as well. They're opposable, so you can bring them to life. Okay, we've still got one more fantastic lady to show you. So that was our Mariposa, and then we have Jasmine. You mentioned such a good point before. So Jasmine, you can really embrace an oriental feel with Jasmine, but also a little girl feel too.
Yes, it does have got, so if you trim the hair strands, then you can make it into a more like a childlike as well effect.
Yeah.
But I like that she's looking down or with her eyes closed. It's more reflective. So you have got 4 ladies, but each one it's a different look. One is looking at you, one is looking kind of with her eyes closed, another one is the profile, and another one is looking over her shoulder. So there is a difference in there. Look. And beautiful. The size of it is just, you know, around 5 inches in the height and around, you know, in width. So that you have got that magical size, whether you want to go for a larger size card, whether you want to go for an A5 card, they will fit nicely in there. Also for the front of boxes, and as you were saying, home decor, I think mixed media is absolutely perfect.
Look. You've got a fantastic collection here. You can get them individually. Just one of these would cost you £12.99. But for £17.48 as part of your first flexi payment, you can get all.